छाया आसमान देखो झूमता गगन हे छाया आसमान देखो झूमता गगन
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Can you hear me? Is the live stream up? I had so many tech stuff going on today. I didn't have a whole lot of confidence in this working out, but let me know if you can hear me. I mean, we've gotten out of the stormy crap, but now it's been like a monsoon all day. And just anything tech I'm trying to do on my end has been crazy. And I'm like, what the hell? We're not in Tornado Alley right now. We're just in monsoon time. You can hear me. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Great. We made it. Holy shit. We're live. We are ready. And we've got work to do. So let's go over just a quick bit of channel business. If you're here at the live, this is an ad-free situation. So just do the channel a favor. And if you want to share this out to anybody who you know might benefit, these are free speed readings. I do need your birth digits in order to do your reading. It is intuitive connections, but I used your chart to confirm the validity of the information. Accuracy is a high priority for me. All right, so that's how I use your chart. Now, with that said, birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state, these are free. Every now and then, every now and then someone comes through and says, okay, I got some money. Can you give me a little bit more time? Absolutely. Payment apps are down below. If you're interested in that, go ahead and do that. And when it's your turn, because we go by the queue, the chat is the queue, right? We go in order. You got to have your birth digits, right? If I come across your name, I don't see your digits, I'm going to the next name. If we're doing speed readings, I don't have time to linger, okay? So try to make it so that I don't have to fish and try to piece information together that's all over the damn place. That slows everything down, okay? And it takes long enough as it is, at least in my mind, right? So, try to help me to help you, okay? I think that's fair. Tech hell, absolutely, Chrissy. I see you. Yes, tech hell. It's been hell in John. Well, I shouldn't say that. We've been very fortunate. We've had really bad storms and tornadoes and shit, but power just came back up. And so here we are. Here we are. And we're fortunate because there's still so many who don't have power in this area. So with that said, it's been like monsoon today. So before I even get into all that, let's just stick to the astrology stuff, because I could spend all day talking about all this crap. So let me get to the top. And I think Dorothy, you're number one, because teamwork, what's going on? Teamwork said she's passing. So Dorafina, I say Dorothy Simpson, I see you there. So Dorothy, you mentioned your daughter. I think I put it in the chat. Please include her name with her digits. So I'm not trying to piece together. And you may have had her digits already. Like I may have drawn it up. To be honest, whatever I had before, after this week, that seems like 5 years ago. So just help refresh my memory, okay? It's been a crazy week. So just help me to help you. All right. Try to keep things clear so that I'm not spending a lot of time trying to piece information together. And we're just going to move along because it's speed reading time. Addison, got you. I see it, Dorothy. Good job. Here's New York. I got it. Okay. So we're going to start there. So the next person after Dorothy, Teamwork said she's passing. But by the way, if you're here because you like to learn and you want to see a chart, you just want to join in, it's astrology. It's better than a lot of things. You can just say, yeah, I'm here to chat and talk, but I'm passing. All right. So you see, Teamwork said, I'm passing tonight. And that's what you do if you're in the chat and you're not getting a reading. Just say I'm passing, and you're more than welcome to hang out, chit chat, and learn, and put your 2 cents in as well. That's okay. Like, I welcome that. It's a learning community. That's what we do here. Now, Teamwork, happy birthday to Teamwork. Happy birthday is tomorrow. She said, everybody, tomorrow I've heard will be the best day of the year for everyone. Of course, it's her birthday. She's, throwing some humor to us. So after Teamwork, I think it's going to be Victoria's here, but Victoria doesn't have digits. So we pass that up when nobody has digits. So we go to the next person, which is Mr. Reborn. Mr. Reborn, we do have Mr. Reborn's digits already. Mr. Reborn, you're number 2. We do, yeah. Yeah. Dorothy Simpson has Anthony Simpson's digits. So yeah, that would be number 3. Same as my wife, Dorothy. Thank you. Right. 1 person per name because we got to kind of follow the rules. And we're scrolling. Christy, are you going tonight? You would be number 4. Christy said, I'm passing. Okay, Christy's passing. So then we would go to this person. We would need your digits. How about this person? Oh, this person. This person would be next. Any big moves for me in the near future? And you asked a question. Very good. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. You follow? There's a good example. Victoria gave March 21st, 1971. I need your birth time and your location. That's how I draw up a chart. So got to go to the next person. That would be this person who has a birth time but doesn't have a location. You got to get them all, or I'm going to keep scrolling. You follow? Here we go. Somebody's got all the digits. You have me, I believe, August 5th, 1996, 4:30. Tasmania. Question, if I possibly could, tell me about my middle energy. Cheers. Tell me about my manted middle energy. Wow. Interesting. I don't even know what the hell that is. So I would have to know what the hell that is. But yeah, we'll get there. So you see how this works, everyone? We go through the chat. I know it's a hodgepodge in a way because a lot of these names don't have all their information. Just hang out because I'll get to you. It's a matter of who's got their digits. If they don't have them, I go to the next. So with all of that said, this is where we're beginning. So Dorothy's up. I'm going to find her, get her daughter's chart, which I might have her information already in here. And did you have a question with that, Dorothy? I know the situation. I do remember the recall. Is it basically the same question of, is that person coming back or are they going to be out of the picture? And so what I'm going to do, let me see if I can, I don't know if you ever gave me her name before, so I might not have her chart in here with her name. Yeah, we're going to create that. That's a new chart. Okay, so she's got her digits. November 20th, 2008, 9:31 a.m. And maybe I had it under a different name. That could be. Because the digits sound very familiar. Like I think I already looked at this chart. Which is fine. It's fine to come back and have me look at your chart again. That's not a problem. That's why it's speed readings. I can only spend so much time on a chart. And so for people who, if you don't have the means, you just come back the next time I'm live. What's the cost? Well, you got to wait. You got to wait your turn, you know? That's the cost. It's your chart. If you're worth it, you'll wait. If you don't want to wait, then you don't wait. I just do this to help out. To help out people who not everybody has upwards of $300 for 90 minutes for an astrology reading. I mean, that's just the reality. Yeah, this software, man. So much has happened. I told this company about this software. Let's hope we get a right chart up here. Let's get this all good. So we have, before I even get this on the screen, November 20th, the year is 2008, 9:31 a.m., Harris, New Jersey. It's coming up with the county of Edgar. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what the software has given me. And let me get a chart on here real quick so you can see this. And Dorothy, I know you're trying to learn the astrology, so we'll try to help you to see this chart real quick. Okay. How do we gift you? Well, you gift the channel because if you look right under the live stream, there are payment apps like Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. I think there's 2 of them that actually have the link there. You press on the link. You would have to, get the app for Venmo, get the app for PayPal on your device. You follow? Get the app for Cash App on your device. You kind of have to have that set up in advance because they want to be set up to your bank. Anyway, that's how you send money digitally. And there's, you send what you can afford. There's no, it's a gift. That's up to you. Obviously, if people, depending upon what they send is how I decide how much time I spend. I just try to be as fair as I can. All right. So with that said, let's get to this chart. And there is a Gmail account, by the way. Yeah, like right now, someone just sent a payment from Venmo, a gift. Thank you very much for the gift. Yeah, if the gift doesn't match your name in the chat, make sure I know who you are, okay? That way I know who to spend that amount of time with when I get your chart up here. Sometimes the Venmos or Cash Apps or whatever, they're not connected to the exact Gmail account that you're using for the live stream. So I'm, trying to figure stuff out. But anyway, Dorothy. Oh, thank you. Okay, got it. Got it, Venus. That makes sense. I got you. Okay, very good. Oh, Venus said I just sent it. Good job, Venus. See, that helps. That clarifies things. Sullivan County? Dorothy said it's Sullivan County? Yeah, this is showing Edgar. Have you seen her chart before? It's about the being taken from my physical body and given awareness through a mantid. Oh, middle energy self in the quantum reality. It was most amazing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be definitely like a consciousness raising experience. DKR. I see what you're saying now. Okay. Thank you for explaining so I could understand what to look for. All right. So before we get there, let me get back to Dorothy. Dorothy, here's the chart, but am I sticking to the topic of, is this person going to be back in your life? That's what my question is. So I'm just going to go to the chart because I'm losing time here. And I don't want to do any more with the losing of the time. So let me take a look at this chart real quick. Oh, wow. Okay. So this chart is showing strong, independent, rebelliousness energy. Strong, independent, rebelliousness. There's even a lot of fated energy with being, quite headstrong, maybe impatient, and and even challenge with authority figures. This is huge actually in this chart. I don't think I've seen this chart before. If I have, well, this is really intense. This can be sporadic. This can be unpredictable energy. Some might even say this can be kind of the disappearance, loose cannon type of energy. There's a wound connected to family and home, public, possibly public and friends, but feminine energy in general. Friends and group comes up. Authority figures comes up. This is domestic energy. Wow. A lot of rebelliousness here. A lot of I have to do my own thing. Very independent, especially on the 4th house cusp line if this is this person's chart. Okay, so wow. Okay, this chart shows the Mercury and the Scorpio. So this can be combative words. It can be really psychic energy, but the deep, strong connection of leading and impatience and not waiting around is prominent in multiple ways here. Really strong energy. So this energy goes deep. It's deeply bonded energy with a commitment to carve my own path forward type of thing, and to do it come hell or high water, but having like the soul's energy to accompany me with this. This is a person who is like a soldier type of energy, which can be wonderful, right, when they're on our team. But if they're not on our side or our team, or if we're in an opposition position with them, like an opponent, it can be a hell of a thing to go through. The other thing is the practical, tangible energy is bonded with living together, with day-to-day routines, domestic energy, home, family, and significant one-on-one relationships. This is in the location of deep wounds and the past. So with that said, really quickly, let me see some of the current energy of this. Okay, so there is a change and transformation coming about with home and family. This, I think this is okay, I'm going to leave this on here. I'm just going to leave this on here because this makes a lot of sense. We have Juno energy. So change within partnerships. There's long-term energy and values. Exactly conjunct with Pluto. Venus is my values, my love, but connected to a long-term plan and connected to self. First house may tend to be a little rambunctious, a little rebellious, headstrong leadership kind of energy. This can usually be really good in terms of being very independent and disciplined. But because Pluto is right here, it is totally changing and transforming at the root level what this person's values are. And in the first house, self is a big deal. And a change of what my long-term goals are. And location is probably part of this as well for this individual. Now, this is not a quick thing. This is a long-term thing because it's work that's happening through the Pluto energy. So values, money, desires. Let me see something else here. And anytime you hear me say Pluto, it connects permanent changes. It connects long-term permanent changes. It's not, just a quick, fun, different thing, any which way the wind blows. It's more permanent. Let me go look at the Saturn real quick for 20. Okay. Even the Saturn is on this person's Uranian energy, which is connected to domestic energy, home and family. But this is very independent energy. It's super disruptive. It's in the location of love and money and values. And wow, there's support with this energy even right now within the partnerships to kind of go my own way type of energy. Now, family is in the location of significant one-on-one relationships, and Jupiter is there. So this person might be experiencing other options. Maybe travel is alluring, expanding horizons, and I need my freedom. That might be a thing. But because this person has Pisces energy in the second and the third. Now, this is a different chart, by the way. Okay. It's not that it's inaccurate. It is a different chart. I look at multiple charts sometimes. And this one, when anybody has the Pisces in the second and in the third, this can be a tendency. I need escape. I have to get away. I need respite. And we can take it in any way we can get it sometimes. And if that means substances, then so be it. Sometimes it can mean I just need to disappear. I need to go read a book. I need to go take a bath. I need to go watch a movie. Or I literally hit the road, Jack. Like this can be Pisces, right? And so the fact that the Saturn and the Uranian energy and just a new form and a restructuring with my values and using disruption and maybe kind of challenging authority figures, even, which can be whether they're government or whether it's, parental energy. There is some strong I just got to kind of go my own way, type of energy. So with all that said, I feel like so I'm looking, there's another connection to the house of wounds, the house of deep wounds, which are kind of hidden, but they are connected to sun energy, father energy, but also children energy. There's deep wounds. This would be psychological stuff that we might need a professional to talk to, just so we're clear on all this, because this can be very confusing here when it gets into the depth of the eighth and the Pisces energy. It's a mixture of trauma energy. There's a mixture of trauma here. So this would be really complex for this individual in this chart. And this is a long journey. Anytime we talk about Capricorn energy and Saturn energy, which they have in their first, this is a long journey. It's about the long-term goals. But psychologically, there might be delays with that because this person's got that psychological energy mixed with the Saturn stuff. So that says there's no shortcuts to this. You just have to do the hard work, and it's one step at a time. But definitely wounds with authority figures, and that could include boss, father figure, anybody who has some authority. Okay. All right, we're going on to the next one. So here we go. Teamwork. Okay, teamwork's passing. Victoria, Mr. Reborn. I think Mr. Reborn had the next digits. Mr. Reborn, are you still here? If I'm still in the system, would love to hear about work, health. Nothing new to report here. Okay, work and health. Work/health. Okay, so that's where Mr. Reborn is. And Mr. Reborn, you are still in the system. Let me get there real quick. And let's get your chart drawn up. Yeah, I got you a couple times, huh? You're in the system multiple ways. And happy Saturday, by the way. All right, Mr. Reborn, you said health. So I'm going to keep this chart that I got up here. Yeah, we're on Vedic tonight, so that's what we're going to stick with, because that's kind of what the software's throwing up at me. So that's what we're going to stick with. So this natal chart for you in this other system, having Saggy on the ascendant, but also having some Capricorn in the first house and some Aquarius in the first house. Capricorn can be restrictions and slowdowns, knees, bones, bone spurs, spine, teeth, like it's the hard parts of the body. You've got the 4-degree moon there. Sometimes we just feel old with that energy, right? Because some people are like, oh no, I'm all good. Sometimes we just feel old. It can slow us down. You have a moon there. You got quite a few things in the Cappy energy. Okay, so that's your first house, looking at body and health and the structure. And with that, it kind of angles this Venus, right? It's an angle. So there might be some stress and tension with your thoughts with your head, with your mind. Do you have stuff with the head and with the skull? Even teeth, possibly. You do have some objects with the Venus energy. And with Venus, we always think food and sweets. Venus sometimes just, yeah, she gets us into trouble. She's kind of like, what do we crave? And sometimes the craving can just be material, tangible things, right? Even if it's not like sweets and goodies, it can just be, yeah, my addiction is I need more things because it's in Cappy. That could be a thing here. Your Venus and your Mars trine, that's a nice thing. Okay, that's a benefit. 5th house, 4th house, Taurus. Oh, that's where your Venus would come into play. Yeah. Okay. Even the Taurus at 22 in the 5th house in this chart, sometimes that Taurus energy, Venus being there, this can be 5th house, like the gallbladder stuff that comes up for people, especially with Venus there, because you got Taurus in this chart, and the material, tangible, like stones. Not to say that you do, right? But you don't even have planets here, right? You have Rigel, so I'm not overly concerned. You don't have Mars here, so don't get all worked up. I'm just kind of in a teaching mode at this moment. I'm just looking for the basics of your natal chart. You have Gemini, so this would suggest in the 6th house of health, maybe lungs, right? Maybe cold, sinuses, chest area, even hands, though. If we're constantly doing this, that would be the Gemini energy in that 6th house. But digestion, that can be a major thing in time we're talking about the 6th house stuff. So this talks about the stress and the tension between work and mind and communication and thoughts and thinking, but also the way we relate to coworker energy. And that would also mean like housemates, flatmates, whoever we live with, neighbors, sibling energy. That can have a negative effect. Not all the time, but there may be times when it's a trigger. It can be a total trigger and create some stress and tension. Again, 6th house, stomach, digestion, or just health stuff that we can't really pinpoint sometimes. Because of the 12th house, what I will add, our energy level. You have a 12-degree sun. Interesting. So energy level means you need to have time that you spend alone and in solitude. That would be important, like downtime to regain your energy. Now, the other thing too is, let me see, your benefic is Jupiter, 10 degrees. So that can kind of expand upon stuff. So in this chart, the relationship energy, it shows that it would be beneficial, right? That it can be very helpful, very beneficial. You have Sirius, which talks about the knowledge of relationships and needing relationships to like feel rejuvenated, to feel nurtured, right? And these would be, let me check your degree. Okay, so this would be talking about the future, thinking about the future, learning, teaching. These would be things that would promote better health because it's about balance, establishing some sort of balance and optimism, even something hopeful, right? Something to look forward to type of energy, because you've got a lot of air, right? 2nd house, 6th house of health and work, and up at the house of prayer and meditation and spirituality, you got air in this chart. And even being a leader in some way, 13 degrees is prominent here in multiple ways. Leading the pact, okay? Or pack, but agreements and contracts, significant one-on-one relationships. So this, in my mind, would be beneficial to your health and your well-being. Open lines of communications, negotiations, a rapport. That would be highly beneficial. The other thing in this chart is the super detective energy that you have with this Uranus and the Scorpio in the 10th at your midheaven. Now, the Scorpio energy can be structured, but it is deep. It talks about I'm the investigator, I'm the excavator, for real. But technology, sometimes this can be the, what is that? The cybersecurity type of stuff when we mix the Scorpio and the tech stuff together. That can be a thing. And with that, that might create, it might just be the tech stuff that creates stress and tension. Can be the head, can be the eyes, for sure. All right, Neptune in Saggy, that might be something for you to really be aware of. I hear a lot of people who come in and talk about like issues with their eyes, and having Neptune in Saggy. It can be in other signs too, right? But Neptune and Saggy in the 12th, sensitivities with the eyes. And so if we're working with tech, absolutely. That's something I would just be aware of, which would mean you have to really pay attention to screen time and getting real blue light outdoors and sunlight. Okay, we're moving on. And let me see. So another gift sent. Thank you so much. Let me see if I can make sure we got the names here. Okay, so Venus, and then the next gift. Cheers. Got you. DKR. Got you, DKR. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, both Venus and DKR, for the channel gift. Let's get to the chat and see. Let me get my stuff in order here. Make sure we're moving along. So, Dorf has got all that. Let me move on. Mr. Reborn got that. DKR, you, I believe, are... DKR, when did you get in here with your... DKR, do I have you in the system? Because you were next in line. Let me check my system, because I think you've been here before. Let's see. I don't know if I put you in as DKR, though. I mean, I recognize you from before, but maybe it just didn't work out. Maybe, yeah, sometimes it gets weird finding people's digits and then the timeline, and if we run out of time. Okay, so DKR, according to this, unless I have you under a different name in the chat, it doesn't look like I have you here as DKR. All right, so let me go to the next name then. And we're going to get to you because you sent the channel gift. It's just a matter of me making sure I have all your information, like all your digits, so I can create a chart. So here we go. Next one in line who has all the information. Well, it's on the next line, actually. Victoria. Oh, no. Victoria, you don't have all your information. Okay. All right, so we're going to the next one. Next one is Shasha. I'm sorry. Yeah. I know I'm chopping these names up, so just have patience. This says April 13th, 1996, 8:30 a.m. Oh, I need location. Going to the next name. Okay, so here we go. DKR, we're back to you. It's your turn. You got all your digits, got your channel gift. And I just feel good that I went through everybody's names first to make sure I didn't skip over anybody. So now that we got that cleared away, we can get your chart drawn up and take a look at your stuff. So let's get this chart going on. 578. And let's repeat these digits here. August 5th, 1966. Another birthday coming up, huh? We got teamwork tomorrow. The big Leo energy. All these Leos showing up, right? Next Saturday is our astrology. Next Saturday, the second Saturday of every month, we do an astro class that is private. And that would be on the 8/8 Lionsgate. We will be having our astrology class. That's a private thing. You could always get in on any astrology class at any time. If you email me below, I give you email you back after the live stream and tell you the details. And so what do we got? Your time at 4:30 p.m. Very good. Okay, Tasmania. LAUNCESTON. Okay. Have you seen your chart before? I'd just like to know if we're looking at the right chart. That way, if you've seen it, I can kind of get a confirmation. This chart is showing, oh, this is just showing me a regular tropical placid. Okay. Isn't this funny? So this is giving me an Aquarius on the ascendant. Oh, let me get rid of that. All right, so we have an Aquarius on the ascendant at 3 degrees. We have a moon at Pisces at 25. Ooh, ooh, conjunct Chiron. Is this you? Ooh. Okay. Sun in Leo at 12. Mercury at 0 degrees in Leo. Holy shit. Wow, look at all the Cancer energy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is a big deal for you. What a great big water trine. And the big ass kite. The big ass kite coming out of your, it tips, it peaks. That big kite peaks at the cusp of your 9th house, even though it involves the 8th and the 9th house, because you got Pluto and Uranus there. Okay, let me check the chat. Yes, this is you. I have history. Oh, you're going to tell me all your shit? Don't do that. Let the chart reveal. So this is you. That's what I'm looking for. I like for the chart to tell your story. That's how I reacted last week. Oh, okay. So I did see your chart then. How come you're not in here? I didn't have you under I have you under a different name altogether then for some. Maybe you showed up under a different name. So you're saying, yeah, this is me. Okay. So what's your question though? Wait a minute. Let me go back to your original comment. That might help. The original comment was, because once I read it, guys, I go to the chart. I'm not reading the chat again. You follow? My eyeballs, they both stick on the one thing. Tell me about my middle energy. Okay, no problem. So let's get your stuff up here. And maybe this is what you're referring to actually right here, right now. It's interesting, the middle energy. I've never heard it referred to as that way. Or the mantid energy. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You have a moon conjunct Chiron. Okay, so Chiron in the Pisces is the healer energy. It's in your 3rd house of talking, of communications. All right. So this is teaching, learning, teaching, both. You follow? Healing the body, 25 degrees. And you have the moon here. So you have history doing this. Feminine energy is strong both ways here, but the past is like, whoa, karma, other lifetimes, other realities, however you want to look at this. You have a really strong, big water trine with this. And it comes out through the 9th house of publishing. And it's domestic energy. It's practical energy. It's something that I can break down in terms of, you can simplify things in terms of, a healing modality that's hands-on or that isn't complicated. Okay. There's something where it's like logical almost. You have Pluto and Uranus connected together and the 9th house cusp line, right? So this brings forward energy from out there, energy from a higher place that you bring in when you're performing the healing, because this is the top of this kite that you have here, the very tip of that kite. And that kite energy says this is a spiritual journey without a doubt. And this is something that you're here to perform and do, and you have assistance because of the setup in your chart. So whether you're doing it, or you can do this at work, right? You can do this in ways where it might not seem like anything special to you. Like I have a friend who has energy like this, and it's like breathing. So it doesn't feel special, right? We all breathe, doesn't feel special, but it's like breathing for them. But considering you have prominent energy down here at the opposition, which means it involves the public, which means when it involves the public, it's on a grand scale. It's a bigger scale. You know, it doesn't have to mean like global energy, but it just means that we should have access to a larger group of people outside of our own family. And it comes up in teaching and communication in a lot of ways in your chart. All right. Now, you have the teacher, again, attached to the public with the Cancer energy in the 6th house of alternative healing modalities. You have the Neptune energy connecting strongly. Look at this. You see your Neptune, you see your Jupiter, your Venus, your Mars, your node. See how these are here? So there's this strong connection of the past, of oozing with the soul energy, the soul wisdom, the soul knowledge, you bringing it all into play here, and being able to be the hollow bone. And that is a big part of the simplicity of the culmination of where this energy peaks out of, where it just pours out. And it just seems like it's breathing, like it's nothing special. It's just, it flows through me into and out from somebody else. So now, in terms of you mentioning this other experience you had, tell me about my mantid middle energy. And then I asked you to explain, because like I don't even know or didn't know what you meant by that. And you explained, you gave me a little crash course in what you meant. And you said awareness, who and what we are, quantum soul and its connection to source. This experience 5 years ago changed my life forever. It's about extraction from the physical. It's about extraction from the physical at death. You have a lot of knowledge here. It's just that simple. You have a south node in Scorpio energy, which is what brings that knowledge. But it's not just that. It's the big ass blue triangle you have with the kite at the top of it. Because it coming out on the 9th house cusp line is like a direct connection to wisdom and the Jupiter energy. This is like sacred energy. This is like sacred law. This would be, what was the word that you used? You used awareness. You use quantum soul and connection to source. This is it in your chart here. Changed your life forever. This is that. Yeah, you were born this way. You were born this way. But anytime the planets up in the sky are moving around and they trigger, which means they would reinforce this energy that you always live with, it's going to be like, holy crap. So 5 years ago, whatever happened, I mean, that's transits. We'd have to take a walk back in time. That would take a lot more time to go backwards and to take a look at that. But because the physical body stuff is here, and the healer, Chiron in Pisces, and Scorpio, also known as the healer of the Zodiac, the two signs that are connected with healing. You follow? But Scorpio is also the sign of the resurrection. That's Scorpio energy. And some say that it's not even a resurrection. There's not really a resurrection. It's really the sign of the survivor. It's not really a resurrection story, but it's a survivor story, where it means this, it looked like this person was dead. It looked like they were at that point, but yet somehow they were actually alive. And that's Scorpio. That's the phoenix rising. Out of the ashes, it rises up. So with that said, you have, holy shit, like it's just plain as day here in your chart. There's just so much power with this. And the knowledge of it, because you're Pisces and the strong trine, 3rd house is the mind, the knowledge of it. You follow? The 11th house of the angelic realm is where your Scorpio energy gathers up at. Okay. And then you've got the 6th house and all the watery energy here with the knowledge and the wisdom and the connecting of it. And then it all pours out again through Uranus, through Pluto, and the 9th house cusp line, where it just makes sense. Virgo energy says, I can see the details. I can then connect the dots. And then when I connect those dots, I see the big picture, like I understand it. because that's what Pisces is. The opposition of the Virgo energy, it gives us understanding. We don't just know it, it's a knowing, but we understand it. And that maybe not come right away all the time, right? But hell yeah, this is, yeah, this is pretty incredible energy you have here. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I'm back over here. Wait a minute, let me go check let me double check to make sure. Uh, DKR is David. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure before yeah. Yeah. So does this make sense to you seeing this in your chart? I mean, let me get that comment off there. So it might be a little bit in the way. Does that help? So you can see it. Just this big kite and the strong connections that you have here. And you've got, I mean, they're big major planets, North Node, South Node, my soul's superpower, South Node in Scorpio at 21 degrees, a Jupiter degree. You follow Jupiter. So it's soul energy, it's the wisdom, it's the knowledge, it's Jupiter connecting to Jupiter over here, connecting with Neptune, connecting with the moon and your third house cusp line, connecting to my mind and connecting the dots. And so it's just like, yeah, I completely, this confirms, like, you know, it's wonderful to see when somebody can tell you that story and you can see it in the chart, like, okay, it's not a story. It's not an exaggeration. It's not an imagination. It's not made up. I wouldn't call it hyperbole. This is legit. You have Mercury at 0 degrees and it's a retrograding Mercury. Powerful mind energy. Yeah, it speaks to partnerships. But hopefully, puzzle pieces for sure. So yeah, the fact that which is great to help the public, the greater community, and reincarnating and doing that, absolutely, because Pisces energy is a knowing energy and it's in the place of the mind energy. So if we're not using it for that, the other thing with that Pisces energy, and this is for all of us in the mind, it's really creative energy. It doesn't do real good with being like, the analytical thinker, and it's just more of a creative vibe, a prayerful vibe, a surrender, a meditative music and sound, right? Because it is literally bringing in those higher frequencies. That's Pisces energy. It's those higher frequencies, which in the physical realm where our body lives, it can make it tricky as hell to function, can't it? Because you have to figure out how to live in the two realms at one time simultaneously. And how the hell do you make that work? Like, that is usually the biggest challenge for folks, because with that challenge, no, definitely not made up. With that challenge is, how do I live? Like, how do I survive? I got to keep a roof over my head. And normally people who have those strong inclinations in that way, those gifts don't always align with, I can keep, food on my table. I can keep the lights on. It doesn't always align that way. And so that is a huge challenge many times. And it's a deeply spiritual commitment, and it's a higher calling, as we would say it, like as a vocation, a calling of the soul, frequency. Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt that. Like I said, I'm looking at your chart. I see the numbers, the digits, and there's a lot of things here that, let's just say there's a lot of things that connect here. There's a lot of things I see that connect. You even have a Saturn retrograding in Pisces. And so this is spiritual work. But it's a retrograde Saturn, which means you've done this spiritual work before. And it's at 29 degrees. Let me show you this real quick. Sorry. You see that right there? You have your Saturn at 29. It's in a retrograde. Absolutely. So this intensifies the deeply spiritual work, the soul's work. This intensifies the amount of time, but it adds to the fact that you've done it before and you're still doing it. Some of this, usually people with a Saturn retrograde in their chart, usually they say, then they've told me this because I don't have one, so I don't know about it. I can't speak to it. They tell me they feel as though they've done this before. Like they've even used the words, they've done this in other lifetimes. Like they feel like they're reliving a lifetime even because it's a duty, it's a responsibility. You follow? And so sometimes we can get inundated and feel overwhelmed, right? So with that energy, it would just be you trying to figure out healthy boundaries for yourself and keeping yourself sane. Yeah. All right, we are moving on. I hope that helped, and thank you so much for waiting and sending the channel gift. And thank you for the donation, the gift. That's the word I got to use. All right, so now we're moving on to the next name. Yes, these are speed readings. Every now and then, people who have the means can send a gift, and if they do, I spend more time on their chart. So have patience, everybody. We're going to try to get a turn to everybody. And now we're moving on to who's next in line here. How do we gift Dorothy's journey? Okay, I'm trying to figure out Anthony. I think I skipped over Anthony. Did you want me to look at your chart? I think I missed this one right here. Is Anthony still here? I'm getting thrown off because, this one says Dorothy. The other one is Dorfina's journey. That's okay. Don't worry about it. That's me and my brain. But you got digits here, and I think I missed you because you were after Mr. Reborn, and I think I went right to the Gmail, went to DKR. Yeah, that is what I did. I'm relooking at it. So, Anthony, I know I have your digits already. Are you still here? And if you are, because you have Anthony Simpson, and then you said same as my wife, Dorothy. So again, try to keep it where I can understand it. So Anthony, if you're here, DKR, you're welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Did Anthony leave? Anthony might have got. Yeah. Have patience, folks. If I do something like that, if it's because it was a legitimate mistake on my part. It wasn't like, oh shit, no, I don't want to take that person. It's never like that. It's me trying to scroll and trying to get to the next name. And sometimes the shit moves fast and I don't realize that I missed the name. One day, don't know when, I'll have the cats in here and then they can tell me who goes next. I'll put them on the payroll. But until that time, it's just me trying to read charts and trying to dig through the names. So have patience. And I called your name, Anthony, but I didn't see you pop back on to say that you're here for the July 1st, 1980, 5:45 a.m. Harris, New York. He's now, Dorothy, thank you. Oh, Lord, now you're all really messing with me. He's now, oh, shit. Okay. Was hoping could put daughter and mine in together. Oh. Okay. So, okay. All right. So that would be a synastry chart. Let me see if I can do something like that quickly, because that requires two charts on top of each other. That takes more time. And I have your chart already in here. And I think since we now have your daughter's chart in here, that means I don't have to pull up two charts. That'll help. So what I'm going to do is, let me get your chart, Anthony, on the screen. And I think I have you under as Anthony. I do. Great. And then I'm going to get your chart, your daughter's chart on here. So this would be synastry. A lot of folks love synastry, especially for relationships. And it doesn't have to be just marriage or romantic. Like this is a father-daughter. It could just be to understand a relationship in general, okay? We want to understand the relationship dynamics. So now what we're going to do is pull up Addison's chart. I believe did I put it under as Addison? Yeah, we're going to get Addison's chart and put this up here. Okay, so let me get rid of that comment so you can see this, or so that. Okay, so here it is. So, all right, so let me take a quick look. Ooh. Okay. So the very first thing that jumped out is you both have your Saturns are on top of each other. It literally, your Saturn is at 21 in Virgo. Her Saturn is at 20 degrees in Virgo. So this means a shitload of seriousness and work. Both claim they are the boss. They're on top of each other. So this would be hard. This can be very cold and detached energy, even rigid, even, especially if perfection is an expectation. Her moon is on, wow, this is interesting. Her moon is here at 7. Her emotions, her feelings, significant one-on-one relationships. With the Virgo energy, we get into trouble when we're focused on perfection. This isn't her chart, but it's conjunct your Jupiter. Your Jupiter is right here. So your moon and her Jupiter. So in other words, the future with home and family, the expectations, there might be some illusions and delusions. There might be a sense, perfection. I just keep hearing perfection. And I think the perfection and authority figure, and maybe somebody throwing their weight around, could be like a tug of war against mom and dad, even, because Jupiter can feel like it's the authority, but the moon can feel like, well, I'm the female, I'm the authority. So you guys are having it in both ways here in this chart. But for you, Anthony, this falls in the house of communication and talk, right? So emotions are going to be part of this picture. And let me see some other things. But right off the bat, that was the first thing that jumped out that can be tricky. Let's see. So her South Node falls in your second house of values. That means, wow. Okay. So this is your moon is close by the nodes here for her and for yourself. Talk and communication is going to be where the challenge is at. Which is interesting because Virgo energy can usually be a concise communicator, but it can be unbelievably critical and overly critical. And again, the perfection thing. The other thing too is Neptune. The planet Neptune can veil things, can confuse things. And Neptune is part of this. It's stress, adds stress and tension to the home. Neptune can be the disappearing energy, the disappearing act. It's within the day-to-day routines and home. This can be, I need to just take off and go travel. This can be substances, right? It's Neptune. Can be spirituality too, though, and prayer and music and sound. But usually under the Neptune effect, we need a respite. We can easily feel overwhelmed with Neptune energy. This can be hospital energy, by the way, as well. I got a cat at the door. And then we also have Venus. That's part of the story here. So values, this can be confusing. This is in your 12th house too. Ooh, her hygeia is there, her health. This can be mental health, can be part of the picture. Her mind, the way the communication work. This is in your house of confusion and serious. Oh, Lord. Okay. And the needs and the emotions, feminine energy. Again, communication comes up. And Neptune not being too far away from this. So Neptune's coming up in multiple ways at both ends. So whether there's, anytime Neptune is there, it's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. And her Neptune is in your 9th house. Her Neptune right now, let's see, this is her birth Neptune at 21. Oh, Lord. Really independent energy. Neptune and Aquarius energy. So this is going to be very different energy, but it's like different in the terms of someone's beliefs about how to escape, how to get respite, creative energy that's unbelievably unique, new and different, and maybe shocking energy. But going against the way it's always been is for sure. But using Neptune to do that. You see her Neptune right on a lot of objects that you have. Your South Node, your superpower, group energy. Wow, this is wild that her Neptune's on all of your stuff in your 8th house of wounds. There's so much karmic shit here between you two. Authority and group energy is a source of pain. You follow? For you. There's a lot of history here, feminine energy, authority figure energy, and somehow it almost looks as though there's a belief in her mind, actually not in her mind, but even now in this lifetime, because her North Node is here. Her North Node asks her to be independent. That's her quest that she's on. She has to be independent. And this energy can feel very cold and detached. Which you have a superpower in that, actually. So it's really kind of fascinating. It's almost like, God, this is super complex. This is really complex. We're going to have another time to look at this. This is really complex energy because your moon and the history is so deep in this. But it's as though she's learning from you. Or you're learning, actually. That's the other way around. It's your superpower, but you're learning, even though you know how to be detached. It's moments of loneliness. To be more, oh Lord, it's to learn to be less detached for you. It's almost a lesson like being thrust upon you where you don't get to be as detached as you once were, that you're literally being asked to be more generous and to give more to the group, to literally be more of a server in this time and to serve the group. And her being on a very rebellious, independent path is in your 8th house of those wounds. It's in the location of deep wounds. Okay. So by her thrust towards independence and detachment and being able to just take off or whatever, being the authority of her own life and to kind of just strike her own way, regardless of everybody else, helps you to see, well, there's a piece of me that understands that because there's a piece of me that learned how to do that. That like I already passed the class and I already got the A+ in that. Like I already got the certificate. I already graduated in that. And now you are actually learning. Remember, for everybody, our children, whatever we're going through, we're learning from that. Whatever they're supplying us with, that experience, it is to provide us with that experience. I know we would love to point the finger, but and this confirms that. She's providing the perfect experience for you. It's about being more generous. But again, I want you to remember about establishing healthy boundaries for yourself because you have Pisces at the midheaven. And so you need to make sure that within your caregiving role, within your taking care of everybody else role, the sacrifice stuff can go too far. And you just have to remember to pencil time in for yourself so you can continue to do what you're doing. All right, so let's move on. Wow, that's some deep stuff between you two. I mean, you guys have stuff that's like bam, exact. That's hard. That's some deep soul work you're going through. And just so y'all, don't think that you're alone on your journey. If you're here, think about this. If you're here, if you're at this live stream or any of the live streams, this community, these people who show up here, you all have something connected energetically. You all do. I mean, we all do. There are invisible lines of connectivity for all of us everywhere, right? But if you make it here and you're in the chat, there's even more. There are stronger connections. So the point is, you have people here that you've never met, but you're connected on a soul level. So ask for help. Tell them to mention your name when they have a moment, whether they're praying or whatever the hell they call it, meditating, whatever it is, to mention help so-and-so, just to take that time out. Because when you do it with people where you have those soul connections with, it incorporates that deep soul energy. It's that deep Pluto energy. And that, my friend, is the energy that never dies. It is the energy that lives on. It is powerful. It is intense. And if you're going to get help in any way, when you feel like you're on a journey all alone and you feel overwhelmed, put your name in the digits or in the chat in the digits. Put your name in the chat and be like, this one needs prayers. This one needs help. Say my name in your prayers tonight. Say my name in your meditations to send me help. Send so-and-so help. You follow? Utilize the community. That's what that's for. And that's for everybody that's here. You follow? Utilize the energy of everybody that's here. Utilize it. It's available. All right, I'm going to the next name before I keep babbling on and on. I mean, yeah, I could go on forever about shit like that. I need water. So let me get back. So DKR was the last one before I cheated so-and-so. So we're getting to that person didn't have their information with all of it there. I got to have information with all of there. Okay. I need all the information. Blip. Need all your digits, birth location, birth time. Yeah. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Look at Venus. Here's Venus. Venus, you're up next. Venus, are you here? Venus sent a channel gift. It's your turn, Venus. Finally, thank you for waiting. Venus has March 18th, 1982. Venus sent a channel gift. So we're going to pop her chart up here. I see somebody, Gigi, put the digits in, didn't give me, Neptune, New Jersey. Very good. Very good. Victoria, I think you have my info on file. Well, Victoria, make sure I have all your info on file. So include it all on the same line. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. That way when I get to your name, when it's next in line, I have it all right there. Unless you're already in my system. And if that's the case, then that's different. And then say, yeah, I'm in your system. Okay, Venus, let's see what we can do for you. Let's see. Okay. Let's get Venus's chart up. Yeah, so remember, folks, once I get that chart created and I'm staring at the chart, I'm not going back to the chat until I'm done looking at the chart, okay? So if there's something you want me to focus on, give me 1 or 2 words. Otherwise, I just go with what jumps out right away. Okay. Have you seen your chart before? Venus, March 18th, 1982. 3:56 a.m. Very good. You got your time. And we're looking at Annapolis. Oh, I should capitalize that or they're going to yell at me. Maryland. Yeah, we had like 5 tornadoes or something here. Thankfully, we were so fortunate. So fortunate. House across the street. I have no idea how the tree did not land on their house. It was so weird. I mean, I saw a lot of houses like that where the tree's right next to the house, like down, and it just fell just enough the other way where it didn't get crushed. This is telling me to update your chart. Are you in my system already? This chart has previously been saved into this chart file. So Venus, you're already in the system? This chart is showing for you. This is giving me an Aquarius on the rising at 4 degrees. Pisces sun at 27. And we have a moon in Capricorn at 4 conjunct Juno. Ooh, Juno. Juno? Scorpio at the midheaven. This is the first astrology work I've been able to do all week. Literally right now tonight. So I'm just shocked that we're even here tonight and that the shit's working. Ooh. I think I did look at your chart last week or some other time. Retrograding Mars. Holy shit. It's not just the Mars. It's the 8th house in Libra. Mars, Pallas Athena, Saturn, Pluto, all retrograde in the 8th house of vulnerabilities and wounds, trauma. Holy shit. It's relationship energy. Venus, is this you? Correct chart. Okay, Venus said yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow, even look at this, Venus and Mars trine, a Venus in Aquarius. Oh, she loves different, new, and standing out. Original. I should appear original. I should be original. Wow. 11 degrees at the freaking Aquarius degree. Unique energy. Something unique about your appearance, in other words, okay? Head may be a thing, right? Whether it's how I wear my hair, whatever the hell, something about the head. Unique, different authority, looking like the boss even. Independent energy, very strongly independent energy because Mars and Pallas Athena are in a strong trine to your Venus. Holy shit. And the 5th house cusp line. My God, you have a very strong air trine here. Okay. So Leo energy, 7th house relationships. So this is going to be the connection here. Wow, you got 4 degrees working with the public there as your partnerships. Yeah, very independent. Oh, you have the public energy that comes up in multiple ways here, but a lot of depth in the chart, a lot of soul energy, a lot of depth. North node, south node is in the 12th house. Capricorn, my goals, my work, my career. You got Scorpio there at the midheaven for career and work. You have Uranus at 4 retrograding. Okay, so the Scorpio, again, this might be some It's interesting because Sirius is right there. This is the nurturing energy, how I feel nurtured. What does Scorpio do? Scorpio is the healer of the zodiac, but it's also the warrior. It's the soldier, right? It's also psychology, the digger, the excavator. Yeah. So you have this here, but you have my physical body at the midheaven, which talks about my long-term goal somehow involves self or even security or fighting, defending. But Sirius is here. So there's something about nurturing, values. This is like shared values, whether it's insurance, money, but 26 degrees is like the earth and the natural resources type of stuff at 26, but leading in some way, probably. And yeah, the relationship. So, wow. Okay. So the Pluto goes to the relationships. Balance, fairness, but it's a retrograde Pluto. Pretty freaking intense. Again, in the 8th house, more 8th house energy, contract energy, but also the energy of insurance, wounds in the past, and all this intense stuff. A very internalized energy. Very internalized energy. Now, this extreme independence energy and the Pallas Athena who strategizes about this kind of stuff. Creative energy. Are you utilizing your creative energy? You have it in the house of creative stuff with Pisces at 27, music, sound, theater, imagery, poetry. This is part of your, let me see, your vertex is at 3. So you have a nice, you have a lot of Neptune. You have a lot of strong Neptune stuff as far as communication and creative. But you have a big kite here. And at the peak of your big kite is the 3 degrees. So the sibling energy, the rapport, the learning, the taking, the teaching, the conversating, can even be online, digital stuff, but it's at 3. And that's your vertex, faded energy. I'm going to share with you something I heard not too long ago. When we talk about this faded energy, they say that the faded energy, don't confuse it with destiny. Like the faded energy is considered the we, W-E, the we energy, where we have choices to either engage or to walk away, right? 3 degrees is learning and sharing. The destiny energy is when you pick me. It's a solo path. But at the tip of your kite is the faded energy. So don't let that distract you. That can be very tricky. This can be tricky because it's options. It can get scattered. Even your freaking Mercury is in Pisces and it's very close by. That's the mind. So in terms of communications, this may be someone who's good at selling and sales, dreaming and fantasy, but just more creative stuff. So if you're using it in a creative way, then this would be wonderful because your Mercury does trine your Jupiter. So I like that for you a lot. That's wonderful. It's more creative stuff. And you have a strong trine for the water, brings in history in the past. Hey, yeah. And even your Leo energy screams independent energy too, because it's like I'm the authority of my life. And look, in your chart, the Uranus energy, the goals for the midheaven, their 10th house here, it's a retrograding Uranus, which says I'm the boss of me, right? And it's in the sign of freedom. Independence and freedom are huge. Justice, huge. So that trine exactly to the 7th house, they're both at 4 degrees. Technology, not sure if that's what you're doing, but that might be a thing for you in some way in this digital age that we live in. The partnership, professional partnerships, contracts. You have a strong fire trine at 4 degrees. And you have stuff in fire down here in the house of income. Interesting. Connections with the earth comes up again. Okay. And the public and feminine energy. And this power with the public and with people can just be, the local community even. whether it's the local infrastructure, the local community, the neighborhood, the merchants, blah, blah, blah. Taurus energy can be food, right? When we talk about the earth, farming and the food, harvesting, whatever. But your moon, even at 4 degrees as well in Capricorn, talks about somebody where it can be tricky energy in terms of dealing with emotions, dealing with possibly moments of feeling the highs and low swings of depression. Because typically a chart like this, with a lot of strong air and a nice fire trine, there can be a lot of sporadic bursts of optimism, and fire, which is like we're active, we're moving, we're not sitting still and sulking. But a moon in Capricorn can be tricky at the 4 degrees, because the 4 degrees is emotions. And usually when you mix the emotions in Capricorn energy, depression sometimes can be a thing. Just heavy, dark. I don't mean dark as in like, ooh, I just means heavy and, yeah. But yours might come in the way of authority figures. So whether that's maybe my mom was like that, because this even is a nice trine to chaos. I know that sounds ridiculous, a trine to chaos, but chaos is at 4 degrees in Taurus down here. So communication in the mind and the moon right there, but in relationships too. Long-term relationships, professional partnerships. This is who I'm going to commit to for the long term. This is a quincunx to the partnerships over in your 7th house. That means uncomfortable energy. Like it's irritating, it's uncomfortable, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because a moon connected to the long-term relationships and then a quincunx. It's just something you have to work through. It's an irritating type of a thing. It might feel restrictive, right? That might be part of it because it's rules, it's regulations, it takes a long time, because anytime a chart has a lot of air and fire in it, holy shit, that energy moves fast. And so if other people or things aren't moving along fast enough, there's lies the irritation, and we have to kind of develop some patience. And the Mars retrograding in Libra, that gets feisty and has wounds and vulnerabilities, yeah, might not have as much patience as we would hope. You follow? Especially since you have a lot of Aries in your 2nd house and on the 3rd house cusp line with your emotions. So you have to be careful with your emotions, 3rd house, because that's your mind connected with the emotions, and they're fiery. It's, again, more strong, independent energy, but it's at the degree of emotions, which means they can get fired up. They can be easily irritated, agitated, and usually everybody around us is going too damn slow. That's just the reality with Mars energy. It feels like, it's like a 6-year-old. And it takes a long time for the Mars energy to grow up sometimes, okay? It just does. It just does. It just does. And we don't want anybody to be the boss of us with this. You have so many signature markers for fiercely independent energy in so many different places. And it's supported energetically as well. Not just by the regular signature connections, but even by the degrees, even by the house cusp lines. So it reinforces that energy. So balance is the goal. Balance and fairness is the goal. And that means when you have to compromise, learning to, the compromise is how to, what's the word? How to negotiate. That's where all those wounds are in your 8th house, of those wounds with authority figures and boss energy. It's the negotiation, using your words. You have plenty of air energy, so you can do it. You have the ability to do it. I know having a Venus in Aquarius, which is like, I'm the goddamn boss of what I value. I get that. And she moves fast. She's a lightning bolt. So it's just understanding that energetically, you're moving faster on a lot of different levels that other people are not. And your impatience is your impatience. And it's that Mars/Aries energy that's being asked to grow up. And then that's not to say that you're immature, that you're not an adult. It's just that kind of energy takes decades from the grape becoming until it becomes the fine wine. You see, that's Mars and that's Aries energy. And that's the impatient fire energy. Okay. So it's just a constant process of work. And we all have Aries and Mars energy in our chart. So this isn't specifically just about you. It is about all of us. It's all of us. All right. So I hope that helps. I hope that was a piece of something that made sense for you. And thank you, by the way, for the channel gift. Thank you so much. All right, we're moving along. Remember, these are speed readings. Sometimes people send a channel gift. When they do, I spend more time on their chart. And the payment apps to send a gift are right below the live stream. And you could always, help out in that way if you so choose. Other than that, we just go to the next name. It's first come, first serve. So we do go in order of how you appear in the chat. Make sure your full birth digits are there. If they're not, I'm going to skip you and go to the next name. I can't wait for you to figure it out, which is fine, though. Just get in there and get your name, get your birth digits, birth time, location. Give that all in there together. And then I'll be like, okay, we got you. We're going to put you in. You follow? So just hang in there. We'll get to as many names as we can get to. And I believe the next name, oh no, that one doesn't have the full digits. Let me keep scrolling them. All right, so we're going to, let me get past this one. Hi, how do I get a re-emailing? I've emailed you already. Okay, so I got people telling me they email me, but yet I don't see it on my end. So yeah, you might have a letter wrong. You follow? But I do see this. I do see this in the chat. So Gigi Hayes, I have November 17th, 1998 at 6:12 a.m., Neptune, New Jersey. I did not receive the email from you, at least on my end. And if you sent it tonight, yeah, I don't see that. If you sent it in the past, like a week or 2 weeks ago, yeah, I can't go by that. I can only go by tonight. Unless you already are in our system. So let me go pull it up and see if I already have your name here. And maybe that's what you're talking about. Let me see if we have something for Gigi. That does sound familiar. Although I feel like I might have a few Gigis. Let me just find the damn G's. Let's start there. No, I don't have a Gigi. Okay, well, let's get your digits in here, Gigi. And this is a speed reading. So let's get this on here for November 17th. $19.98. And 6:12 a.m. Very good. And maybe I did do your chart. This Neptune thing sounds familiar because I never knew there was a Neptune, New Jersey. But sometimes folks come in with different names. They come under a different Gmail account. And so maybe you are in the system under a different name. That could be the case. And if that is the case, then that makes it confusing when you show up under a different name. Okay, so have you seen your chart before? This system is showing me. This is showing a Scorpio on the ascendant, a Scorpio sun in the first house, a Scorpio moon, oh my God, a Scorpio Venus, a Chiron in Scorpio, moon at 6 degrees in Scorpio. Well, when I see a chart like this, anybody who's been here before, they know what the next words are going to be out of my mouth. Go ahead, type it in, everybody. They already know what I'm about to say. Okay, you have a Saturn retrograde. Is this your chart? Can you confirm for me if this is your chart? Gigi, is this you? Have you seen your chart before? I should probably grab my phone. Hey, Tim, how are you doing? Teamwork, how are you? Teamwork said, ouch. Teamwork knows. You're welcome, Venus. Negotiations, I've had to learn that last year, having a boss for the first time. We bumped heads at first, but after a few months, we're very close now. Oh, good. Excellent. I know that energy. Always been self-employed. Yeah. Creativity, Venus, you have a lot of creativity. Figure it out and do it, even if it means starting with food. I had a friend who was like, no, my creativity, yeah, I might grab some crayons with my niece or nephew, and yeah, that's it. And then one day they got into the kitchen, and for whatever reason, not that they hadn't been in the kitchen before, it's a grown-ass person, right? They got into the kitchen, and I mean, yeah, things align in the sky, right? And they, for the first time, started like baking some like elaborate whatever cake, cheesecake, whatever thing it was. And their mother was like, you didn't make that. Because not only did they make this wonderful dessert, but when you saw it, like the picture, because they sent me an email, this was a couple of years ago, holy shit, it looked like it was professionally done, professionally decorated and everything. Like this person had found a creative outlet for the very first time, and they like went off the chain. They went all out in their creativity. And then they just started decorating like things in the hot, like their shit opened up. And all of a sudden colors were a big thing for them, and they started wearing different colors, decorating the house and the curtains. And anyway, it just, once you open it, it starts blossoming. I know, right? It just starts blossoming. So you just kind of have to experiment. And usually food is a really easy way to do that, especially desserts. Who the hell? And with a name like Venus, hello? Desserts is her middle name. That's Venus, that runs through her blood. Just so you know, in case you didn't know. Now, because yours is an Aquarius, that will be fascinating, because yours will be, it'll be really unique. It's like you're going to be inventing, right? Something original. So yeah, run with it. Okay, so let me get to, hey Lou, I see you there. How are you? Gigi, yes, thank you, I have. Juanita said, I'm back. Okay, so Gigi, this is you. You're agreeing that this is you. Okay. All right, so I don't think, I was looking to see if anybody said what I'm going to say other than the ouch energy. Nobody said it? Nobody said it? What's G going to say with all that energy in Scorpio? Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Venus in Scorpio, Chiron in Scorpio, the healer. Hello? And the moon in Scorpio in the 12th house with Juno. What am I going to say? I'm going to say, why are you here for a reading? You should be reading this for me. You should be telling. Unbelievably psychic energy in the house of high level intuitions, unbelievable sensitivities, energetic sensitivities, soul energetic sensitivities. This is who you are, the healer. You follow? Your mission is to heal self. Now, this might be confusing, granted, because your sun is at a 24 degrees. So this might add some fuzziness to this. But trust the Scorpio moon energy. It's at a healing degree. Healing alternative modalities and health. You follow? So there's a knowledge that's here. There's something unique and different, and you can connect to higher energies that come through, angelic realm even, that you can call for assistance. This trines your Pallas Athena. You have a grand water trine in your chart with Sirius, the mother goddess divine energy. You have it in the 8th house of healing past traumas and wounds. Feminine energy, women, the public. When you say Sirius, we all have Sirius somewhere in our chart. This makes me think of Saint Bernadette, even Mother Mary energy, even Our Lady of the Guadalupe. Like, this is all this energy, Sirius energy. In Cancer, in the 8th house, there's a deep connection with the past, with wounds, and with healing, ancestral. Jupiter and Pallas Athena connect strongly. Ancestry and the wounds of the past are just huge in your chart. Okay. So working with the public comes up, but also within your own family, your own ancestry. And with Scorpio energy, you're here to sever these energetic bonds. You're here to end the karmic connections, the karmic bonds and ties and chains and anchors and knots that bind you. A Venus at 29 degrees. Venus talks about cravings, possibly, I want to say addictions, but attachments is actually what's like a big sign that is just like vibrating. It's attachment energy, big time. And I'm hearing it coming through the skull on the left-hand side here. And this, okay, now I understand why. Authority figures, communication, maybe something with children, romantic partners, but the public comes up again here. So there can be goals, work. The public again comes up. So maybe children in terms of working with the public. You have this wonderful trine from Saturn that connects with your north node of what you should be focused on and what your vocation should be. Creative energy, really creative energy. But I'm curious how you're going to use this creative energy. This is boss energy, feminine energy, very independent energy. I like the path kind of energy, super colorful energy, Gigi. And your Saturn is really structured, really organized, connected with the physical body, routines, but long-term commitment. Long-term commitment is big. Youthful energy comes up again in health. Okay. Big fire trine, big water trine, big fire trine. And you have 29, 27, you have a big kite, big ass kite. And at the tip of your kite is your superpower, your south node at 27 degrees in Aquarius. Really unique energy. This is energy that asks you, you're using your superpower, which you've been born with. You already have this deep knowledge about very strong, independent energy. Being able to come forward in a unique, authoritative way. This can be a leadership role, but communication is really strong. Now, this can involve technology, but group is the big thing here. Social systems, whether we're volunteering or service, and servicing the group comes up strongly. Comes up really strongly. Talking and communication. So that would be your south node. And again, it connects to homes, to family, to women, to housing, and the public. So you can't really escape this. This is a signature all over your chart. Feminine energy in the public keeps coming up. A quest to develop your inner strength. You may experience times of loneliness, but this is part of your lesson to forge your own creative life in order to give generously to the world. So your superpower talks about a past life skill and achievement. which asks you to work, to use your independent stuff, your independent ability to forge your own path and to be, like a leadership role, but to use it for the good of the group. And whenever we look at Aquarius energy, this is like big systems within society. So within governments, maybe branches of government type of energy, global energy, supply chain energy. You even have Aquarius, which is travel at the 9 degrees in Aquarius energy. Technology, of course, that goes without saying, and AI and all that stuff. But you even have corporations at 29 degrees with Neptune, which can be medicine, doctors, drugs, healing, science and space. I probably didn't say that, but space and science for sure with Aquarius energy. Astrology too, by the way. Okay? So there was a lot to unpack there. And that was your speed reading. That's the fastest, the best I can give you for right now. Okay? We're going to move on. And who's next? Let's go see. Let me double check. Okay, I see an email from, I'm in your chart, your stuff already, Kingston, New York. Okay, when it's your turn, we're going to get there. This is about love and marriage. Great. Thank you for sending the email. And let's get to the person that's next. So we're done with Venus. We're done with Gigi. So Victoria came back again and said, I think you have my info on file. Okay, Victoria, let me check that out. Kels was here. Hey, Kels, I see you. Oh, Victoria came back and said, no, Victoria, I see you got your stuff kind of, not all on one line. Let me see if you're in the system. That's usually easier than me piecing together and faster for me, which helps me to help all of you guys faster. Remember, these are speed readings. We're trying to get through as many people as we can, unless somebody sends a gift to the channel, which people do every now and then. It's to help. Victoria, I think you're in here. Are you a March 21st? It says Victoria, March 21st. Victoria, you're right. You're in the system. Very good, Victoria. It is your turn. Got you. Are you ready? Let me get your name up here. Where the hell did that go? Victoria. Yeah, so the next time you show up, right from the get-go, Victoria, you got to let me know right off the bat I'm in your system. I mean, depending upon what's going on in my life, I might forget that you're in my system. You know, unless you're an oldie but goodie, like, yeah. Especially after this kind of a week. Yeah, I don't remember shit, actually. This week's been a crazy ass week. Oh, where's your chart, Victoria? I thought I clicked on it. Bam, there you are. So let's get Victoria up here. Victoria, did you have a question attached with this? See, guys, if you have, try to get all the information together. See, now I'm fishing. This way I don't have to scan. And if I don't find what you wanted me to look at, you're just going to hear whatever pops up. Okay. Because you got to have it. It's got to kind of like, be. All right. We're just doing whatever pops up because I don't see it. I don't have time to figure out what you wanted me to talk about. So a lot of strong Aquarius energy. That's what's jumping out here. Your Venus and your North Node. Well, you heard us talk about this earlier. This is unique values, original values, unique friends, group energy, unconventional energy, shocking and surprising. A Venus in Aquarius loves to shock people. You know, we think of Taylor Swift. Regardless of whether you're a fan of her or not, there are things that she does. And I'm not a huge follower, so I don't know. But there are times where she will use money to be generous and surprise people. And I think she has a Venus. I've seen her chart once. I think it's like a 0 degrees Venus in Aquarius energy. Yeah. And that explains a lot, right? So sometimes using money to be shocking and surprising, but anything with values, because Venus is about the sweets, but food. But again, Venus likes jewelry. Venus likes pretty things, you know. It's Venus. She likes shoes. She likes clothing. She likes anything that makes her look beautiful. That's Venus, beautiful. So my idea of beauty is going to be unique and different. And you have it as Scorpio degree conjunct your North Node. This is connecting you to what you're supposed to do for your soul's goal. And you have a 0 degrees Aries sun, very independent energy already, connected with Pallas Athena. Okay. Okay. You have a Taurus in the 2nd house. So this means your Venus energy is very strong, but it's in a square. Aha. And it's being squared by Egyptian sun god Ra at the exact degree. So this is a Venus square Venus. This can get wicked. It just can. And it's not just Ra. Cleopatra is right next to it. And so these are both squaring your North Node. This is stressful. This comes across as stress and tension for you. So it's group energy and friends. This can be hidden groups, hidden friends, because it's in your 12th house, hidden values. So it challenges your soul's goals. It's authority figure energy, your idea of beauty and values and money and income. So it's old school traditional values challenging the new and the different. You follow? So that can create some stress. You just got to find your own path. You got to, cut that out for yourself, which, yeah. And that might be tricky. That might be a little tricky because anything in the 12th means it's subconscious. Like I don't see it. I'm not aware of it, or it's hard. It's fuzzy. It's hard for me to get a good look at it and to get a grip on it. But your Capricorn moon tells you it should be. Capricorn moon is going to be, it can attach to things that are material and tangible, but things that are material and tangible that are tried, true, and tested, which is interesting because tried, true, and tested is more traditional. But Aquarius is anything but traditional. So this would best be used in a creative way. That means because it's in the 12th house of creative Pisces energy. This, again, is science, is space. So science fiction would be strong here when you have Pisces and Aquarius mixture together, right? Star Trek, sci-fi, that kind of shit. Really strong. You even have Neptune. So writing. Okay, a creative writing thing or sound, lyrics even. And 23 degrees, uniqueness. There's a big marker for uniqueness and standing out and being the independent energy. But belief in self, you even have an opposition from Uranus. Holy shit. Okay, a challenge from authority figures and partnerships. Authority figures comes up. Can be institutional energy, but contracts, lawyer energy, personal and professional, can be marriage is what I'm saying. It's a retrograde. That can be tricky because it can be confusing at this degree. Oh God. So it's a trine to partnerships down here too, and talking and writing. Writing comes up again for you. So whether it's contracts, writing, God, there's a lot of different ways this can come across, but creative writing, teaching, learning. Yeah, just remember the communicator when you see Gemini energy, and you've got it in a lot of ways here. But independence is super strong. I love that you have Mars at 5 in Capricorn. Very physical energy. Your Mars is going to be really disciplined, a very hard worker. You have a nice Earth trine, and you've got, you have a really strong Earth trine. So grounded energy, which is probably a really good thing with all this energy here. With all the air in the 12th. So it can be, ideas coming through in dreams and fantasy, even when you're awake. Ideas coming in like lightning bolts, like downloads almost. So 13 degrees, 21 degrees. Yeah, strong fire trine. And your goals in your midheaven, the future, and traveling and beliefs. And justice and freedom is huge for you in your chart here. Justice and freedom. Independent energy. Good God. All y'all. A lot of folks here, a lot of freedom and independent. Yeah. Yeah, wow. That's wild. Lots going on here. Scorpio in the house of Scorpio. Relationship energy, there might be wounds from childhood, and it can be deep wounds. If it's Scorpio energy, there can be trauma here. It can be romantic trauma. It can be sexual trauma, abuses from childhood. It doesn't have to be from this lifetime. It can be from a previous time or alternative time, however the hell whatever your perspective is on that. But there can be residual energy of something that needs to be healed. Okay. Just so you know, like that was one of the, yeah, there's some strong karmic stuff here that's connected to the wounds of the past and the hidden. All right, so we're moving on from Victoria. Next name in line. These are speed readings. Everyone gets a speed reading. Every now and then someone will leave a channel gift. They'll make a donation. A channel gift is really the right wording. And if you do, then I spend more time in your chart, okay? If you don't, that's fine. I'm just going to move right along. If you want to do that, the payment apps are right below. You can get Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever works for you. And if not, don't worry, we'll just keep moving. This is just to help everybody get a reading, because a regular astrology reading is going to be $300 for 90 minutes, and that's at the low end. So this gives you a chance to kind of get some depth. Okay, so we're moving on from Victoria. Let's see if I'm any. Hey, Donna, did I say hello to Donna? I don't know if I did. I see Donna. I see Steffi G. I see Lou S. I see Tim. Some of the oldies and goodies are here. That's always nice. Victoria is asking for help and prayers from everyone here in this community. So keep Victoria's name on your list, in your meditation, in your prayer. Just keep it. Yeah, use the power of the group, folks. All right, let me find out where we're at. Next one up is hello, Chi-Chi, December 12th, born at 12 midnight, need a location. You hurt me so much, need a location. You see that? Let you all see this. You see that? There's no location. I need a city, I need a state, I need a country, okay? Kels, hey Kels, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. All right, we already got to Victoria. Here's one. Are you still here? Shasha, did we already get to you? Oh, you included your location this time. India, are you still here? April 13th, 1996, 8:30 a.m. Are you still here, Shasha? After Shasha, we have Juanita. It says Juanita. Highland Park, Michigan, 7:55 a.m., February 21st, 1965. Excellent. I love it when y'all got all your information together on one line. That helps. So Juanita, if you're here, whenever I say your name, let me know that you're here. That way I will create your chart. If I don't get that, I go to the next name. You got to be here. You got to be alert. You got to be up. You got to say, yeah, I'm here. If you don't, that's fine. I'm just going to move on, okay? News girl. Talking about the eclipse that's coming up. Hey, Halfers, how the hell are you doing? Yeah, there is an eclipse video up on the channel if you haven't seen it. Oh, by the way, did anybody give the thumbs up to the live stream? I got to do that real quick. Take a moment to do that. That helps the channel. That helps me to keep, even though it doesn't show you the thumbs, YouTube is still tracking it. How do I know this? Because I can see it in the studio behind the scenes. They keep track. You follow? The algorithm keeps track. So let's find the horizontal live and let's give it a thumbs up. Do we have a horizontal? We have a horizontal live tonight, right? Do you guys see a horizontal live? Do we not have that? What the hell? Are we live in both ways? We better be live both ways. What's going on? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay. I guess. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, Steffi, I do have it. I hesitate to use it. You can just, Steffi, you can just go to, yeah, just punch in my Gmail account at allastrology@gmail.com. That's how you find me on PayPal. I just don't normally like to use it. The other ones, you can just send straight money and they don't take a chunk of the money. PayPal takes a chunk of the money, like your money. It tells you, oh, this is how much it's going to cost you to send somebody money. Venmo doesn't do that. Cash App doesn't do that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just bogus of them. I mean, they make so much damn money as it is. Peter Thiel and all those goddamn robbers, all those thieves. Anyway, so let me get back to the charts here before I go off on any other of these greedy ass wealthy people. Oh, healing readings. Donna Marie said, I'm a pass. Thank you, Donna, for being clear and letting me know that. I was just saying hello to people. All right, so where are we at in this damn chat? I thought I had it all figured out. I just said a name. Did that person ever show up? All right, we're going on to the next name. Steffi G says, I hear you. Yeah, right? Yeah, robber barons. There you go, Lou. Absolutely. Screw them all. I know, right? And I think there's even another way you can send money. I'm going to see. Because the reason I hooked up with the only time I ever usually share the PayPal is when I have people who are overseas, because there's no other way to share money. Like you can't use Venmo and you can't use Cash App if you're overseas. And I have quite a few people who are overseas, or even people who are in Canada. Like they can't send money unless it's through PayPal. Yeah, that's the problem. There's no other alternative for overseas transactions. But I think I saw something recently that there are some. I just have to look into them. And I'm not real familiar with them. I'm not sure how trusted and good they are. You follow what I'm saying? I'm not real in a rush to give my bank information to some new fandangled shit that I have no idea, that has no established history. So you follow? Don't need to leave one robber baron just to, to encounter some crazy online crap. Okay, so Shasha's not here. Juanita, are you here? I don't think Juanita's here either because I said both their names. Neither of them said anything, so we're going to move on. I have a reading. Thank you. It's been my third try. You hurt me so much. Again, the same stuff, right? Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state, birth country. You got to have all your shit, okay? That way I can create your chart and we can take a look, all right? Kels, why am I in hermit mode for so long? Is there a shift coming? Kels, you are in my system already. So, Kels, are you still here? When was this comment? I don't know how old this is. Oh, God, this is from a long time ago. Kels, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're still here. This comment is from a long time ago. Wow. Let me go check the phone. Let me see if the phone shows you being here on the chat. Eight creates. Yeah, that's me. Although it should be under Allastrology, unless there's somebody else. There might be multiple 8 creates, so make sure Allastrology with the spelling of the email, it should be, yeah. Okay, so Kels isn't here. Oh, I could be wrong. The stuff on the phones doesn't. Let me scroll down. Has to be PayPal. Yeah, teamwork. Thank you so much. Oh, look at Dorothy trying to help me. I appreciate that. All right, well, we're scrolling down because the names I've said, they have already gone. They're like, we're out of here. That's okay. You know, people stop by, and why not, right? Okay, so we have a name here. Shalini, March 7th, 2005, New Delhi, India. Are you here? I'm going to give you going once, going twice, going 3 times, then I go to the next name. This is a speed reading. It's your chance for me to look at your chart, for an astrologer to look at your chart. And yeah, if you come back, you know, many times I can look at charts, and I look at more than one chart sometimes. You know, it's just a matter of how much time you're going to invest in yourself. Oh, look at Dorfina telling the whole story. Oh my God, I didn't even see this. She's destroying all family members so she can live on her own and get her own way. That's what his chart, that's what she came to do. I know that sounds horrible. Here's the thing about the astrology, and here's my belief about it. I'll put it like this, my philosophy on it. Souls come in to provide an experience. Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on now. I don't know what's going on. The last thing I keep seeing is someone said, I feel an energy shift coming. Oh, Lou S is like doing a thing here. Woohoo. Sinister Days is here? I didn't even see that. Healing readings passed. I got Gigi. Thank you, Lou. I didn't see this. Healing said past Sinister Days. Are you here? This is fantastic. Holy crap. Sinister Days, I have you in my system. Yeah, I didn't even get to go live this week, like I said. And I usually can see more people because I'll go live during the week. So those have helped a lot. My power just went out for no reason. Oh, good thing it came back on. Yeah, we just came through 5 days with no power. But we had water. We had hot water. So grateful. Hot water heater, gas stove. So it could have been worse. And the weather, if you're going to lose your power in the summertime, we couldn't have asked for better weather. Okay, so Sinister Days, I don't see Sinister Days popping up here. Oh, Sinister Days said I'm here. Look at this. Sinister Days said I'm here. Holy shit, look at that. Thank you, Lou. It worked. Woohoo, so awesome. Oh, Steffi G, you sent a gift to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I got it, Steffi G. Woohoo. You're awesome. Yeah. Okay, I got somebody else that sent some digits. Reedsville, North Carolina. All right, where we're going. I got your digits. When I get to you in the chat, we will pull you up. Sinister Days. I don't have a specific question, just anything. Okay, Sinister Days. Just anything. Any damn thing. All right, we're going to get you up here. Let me get your name in here. Let me find you. I know you're here. There it is. Look at that. I'm so glad this shit's working effortlessly tonight because... Okay. I think it's because we literally were in monsoon mode the whole day. And the monsoon mode, it must have went to just like a regular rain as opposed to monsoon rain. And it must have happened right when we began because it cleared up. I was having such issues earlier. I thought, wow, we have power. We have internet now. I mean, yeah, we lost our phone service. Everything went down. And yeah, that was a great test, Steffi. It worked. Sinister Days, what I'm going to do for you, well, we're doing whatever is coming through, and this is what's coming through to take a look at something else for you. So let's check that something else out. Let's do this. So hold on, cancel. Let's do this. And let's go to this and update. No, new chart. Okay. Here we go, sinister days. Mars at the midheaven, 26 degrees, freedom. Seeking and searching, adventure. That's what your desire is. That's what your drive and your passion is. Traveling may be a thing. Because we're always on that, we're on that adventure. We're on that journey. You have Sagittarius. So this can be a spiritual mission. But it can also, it's just the higher octave kind of energy. It's a Pisces type of energy. So it can be really creative. You can use it in a creative way, right? Healing even. Look at the big, beautiful trine. Okay. Interesting. Big mystic rectangle, 20 degrees, south node, superpower in Capricorn, the tried, the true, the tested, the hard worker, the boss energy in the house of work, domestic energy, healing modalities, all on in the 10th house, but boss energy for sure. Really structured and organized, building for the future, material, tangible. Recognition is big here. This is like a quest. Quest energy is big. But it's like a quest to overcome pride and to overcome like failures even and restrictions. Sometimes it might seem like you tend to make life harder than it needs to be. Now, of course, this is based on this South Node energy in Capricorn of restrictions and doing like my way is the hard way type of thing. But it's because it's so connected to tradition. It's based on the past life energy of working hard to earn other people's respect. So in this time around, it's about learning humility and expressing emotions honestly to be able to nurture others with the wisdom that a South Node in Capricorn has. And so this is where the nurturing comes in. It may be connected to children, but home, family, ancestry, feminine energy, mom energy, and the public. You have a very big water trine here. Shocker, right? Sinister days, more water trine in the chart. Writing about the past and the wounds, ancestry, or in communication can be creative writing. This is coming up too with this different chart, and being a strategist by this way. Interesting. More boss energy too, but there's a little bit of feistiness here. You have Eris and Pisces connected to Pallas Athena. Venus and Uranus together. Ooh, very independent energy. Venus and Scorpio is bonded energy, deep bonds, soul bonds, past life energy, right? But a warrior even. But I'm the authority. No one's going to tell. Like this is Mae West kind of energy. This is, I think of those, when you see like those old, like black and white, like Westerns and shit, and you got those females who worked in the saloons and who were just tough as nails. Like, and the one, and she like owned the damn saloon and she was, working this and that. Like, this is this energy, but this is also, the healing energy too. Okay. It's deep. There's a lot of depth here. And the bonded, but when I said the saloon energy, it meant also because there was this, Scorpio's mental bonds, emotional bonds, physical bonds, energetic bonds, like the soul bonds. It's merging energy. That's Scorpio. Its whole thing is about merging. It goes deep. It penetrates. That's Scorpio, the super detective, but it penetrates. It wants to reveal truths. It wants to get to the root of something, which is why it's constantly diving and penetrating and drilling and excavating. It's looking. And this chart shows so freaking like the psychology, the esoteric shit. This is all in your 8th house. The deep dive. Holy crap. You even have partnerships and karmic energy and Pandora's box here. Do you see this? Within deeply bonded relationships. So this is also insurance money, by the way. Cha-ching. Just saying. 7 degrees karma, 7 degrees Pandora's box, 7 degrees 8th house cusp line. Ouch. So this can be personal and professional relationships and emotional vulnerabilities and wounds. Trauma. Wow. This chart shows health is a big deal. Health is work. That is what your work is taking care of yourself and your day-to-day routines. You have Saturn in Virgo, so there can be restrictions with Saturn, but it can also mean that you do work that is very unbelievably organized and structured. These can be like caregiver type of people, but it's ultimately like I'm the boss. Saturn is the boss. But even the mind energy is part of this. Teaching, learning, education, cleanliness, hygiene, nurse energy comes up with this. This is, I'm hearing, what was her name? Who was the nurse that went to the military hospital overseas? What was her name? Oh shit, it's escaping me. But I literally am like seeing her. And she went in there as a nurse. Her dad was filthy rich. He sent her over there. I know her freaking name. Somebody here in the chat knows her name. She went over there. And when she got there, they sent her over because people were dying from the lack of hygiene as opposed to from the lack of their wounds. Or I should say from the seriousness of their wounds. Their wounds were bad, right? These were soldiers. Their wounds were bad. But when she got there, she realized the place was filthy. It was so disease ridden. Like people, anyway, it's really gross, right? And so when she got in there, she thought, holy shit, if we would just clean this shit up, we would save a lot of lives. And the doctors looked at her like she was a pain in the ass, right? Because they were like, oh, get the hell out of here. We got our own shit to do. But it didn't matter what they were doing, because if you can't take care of the basics, everything else from that point isn't going to work. It's going to fail because you're not taking care of the basics. The foundation has to be taken care of. And that's what she did. She came in with a team of nurses with her dad's money. They cleaned the place up, and holy shit, that is what turned that place around. What the hell was her name? Anybody? What was that lady's name? Somebody. What was her name? She was amazing. She was amazing. And they revered her after that. The doctors thought she was just a pain in the ass. And after that, oh no, her job then was to go around to different hospitals and to show them, get your shit together. You can't be throwing. They were using the same goddamn surgical tools from one patient to the next. No sanitizing, no cleaning. They were eating food, literally preparing and eating food where there was waste, human waste, like in the same area. And they didn't understand why people were dying. And she got in there, was just like, holy shit, common sense. That's Virgo energy. That's the power of Virgo. It says, what the hell? It sees all those details. It puts it all together, and it's like, oh, hell no. This can't be. We have to make a change here. She was just amazing. And anyway, so strong energy with that for you. Just, yeah. Pluto at 0 degrees still in this chart. Moon in Aries, more extreme independent energy, more trauma with the body, head possibly connected to Scorpio energy. Trauma to the head, trauma to the physical body, trauma connected to my appearance possibly. I got to take my hair down. It's getting way too cold in here. Optimism, which is a really good thing in this chart. You have a sun and Saggy in this chart. Optimism. Thinking about the future, also in the location of publishing, in the sign of Sagittarius. That's a win-win. Sagittarius in the sign of Sagittarius. Preacher, teacher, Higher learning, higher education, continuing education. Wonderful. That's right. Florence Nightingale. Yes, you guys got it. Who got that? Kick ass. Yes. Very good. Yeah. She was just, why isn't there a movie about her? Why? I mean, we need that nowadays, especially nowadays. Talking about, relying on the government to tell us when shit's clean or not. And anyway, if we would just wash our damn hands half the time and just use some plain old fashioned common sense, if we would just start there, right? Yes. Don't get me started. Okay. Let me move on. Let me go to, okay, service. Oh, Steffi G, that was very generous of you. Oh my God, Steffi G, you are so very, very generous. Thank you for that beautiful channel gift. Amazing. Oh, thank you, Sinister Days, for that channel gift. Thank you so much. I see. Thank you so much. That was very generous of you. Thank you. Steffi G, you're a freaking angel. Okay. Rachel Clark, I see your gift. Thank you so much. Very, very awesome. Very generous. Thank you so much. Let me get to these. Let me stop babbling and get to the next person here. Oh shit, I should have pinned Lou's comment and I didn't pin it. All right, let me unpin Gigi and let's go. I'm scrolling. Okay. What type of astrology does this lady focus on? This lady uses a combination. This lady uses a combination of Vedic astrology and Western astrology. Yeah, I'm assuming none of the 7 o'clock comments are here, but I could be wrong. Alexis Kaczynski, July 2nd, 1999, 10:35 a.m. Are you here? I see your chart there, but I don't have a location, so let me move on. My bad. All right, let me move on. Let me get to some of these other names. Otherwise, I'm just going to go to the people who sent the gifts. Because I don't know what I did with Lou's comment. I don't even have time to read some of these comments that people who I got to do a reading for. That's okay. That's the bummer about the, once the live stream's over, I can't read your chats. You know what I mean? I can't catch up to see what you had to say. There you are. You and your home are safe from the storm. We are, even though today with the downpour, the street right there, totally flooded. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? This freaking thing up in the sky. My housemate, one of my housemates, two of my housemates have really strong connections with the bucket, with the basket, with the bucket, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, so Gigi, Healing Reading, Sinister Days, John Stat. Did John have their digits? I don't know who John is. John, I would have to have your digits. I haven't even seen John's name yet. Tim McKee. Tim, I saw you. Are you still here? I know I have your digits. Is Tim still here? Lou says, end. Energy never dies. Just be mindful which one is in your field. Astrology, come on down at Venus. Okay, I'm scrolling. Tim, are you still here? Gigi, you're done already. Yeah, there was some really bad damage. A tornado touched down not too far. I mean, anyway, there's still so many people without power. Okay, so, all right, let me scroll past these comments and let's do All right, Steffi G, I think we're going to go to your name because I think it's getting late and you sent a huge gift. You're up next. And then there was another person that sent a gift and we'll get to that person too. Steffi, are you still here? I mean, I would think you're still here. Yeah. News Girl said, "Am I next?" News Girl, I saw your chart, your name, but you didn't have like all your stuff. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state all on one line. You follow? That's how you get me to read your stuff. Okay? Heifer said, "Do my reading, G." I got to get Steffi G done first. For sure. Bleach wipes are my favorite tool at work. That's good. Yeah, that's why I was so glad we had hot water. I was so glad. I'm like, yes, a gas water heater. Never go cheap on that shit. It's not worth it. Hey, Steffi. Just glad not to be working tonight. Okay, let's get your chart up. You can do the other person first. Oh. Wow. Okay, so let me see the other person that sent the channel gift. Let me see. Someone sent a channel gift for Venmo. Can you tell me in the chat where you're at so I know? Wait, I think I found you already. That was really difficult. But I need your details. Rachel, I think that was you. Did you give me your birth info, Rachel? I don't think I have you in my thing, but you sent Rachel. Are you still here? There's Rachel waving, saying hi. Rachel, where's your digits? Oh, that was me, RRC Reedsville. Oh, well, oh my God. Okay, so I know that sounds familiar. Am I... Come on, let's go. Rachel, do yourself a favor. Get all your digits on one line together. Can you do that for me? I'm scrolling, and I just see Reedsville. I don't see birth time, birth date, birth city. That would help. Rachel, did you want a reading? All right, so we're going to keep going. I know sometimes there's a lag in the chat, so I ask a question and I might not get a response until 10 minutes later. I get it. But we're wasting time and let's see if we can make this happen. Make sure you're not behind. She needs all your birth. Yeah, that helps, right? Thank you for the positive energy. That's wonderful for everybody. She was a shiro. Yeah, I know you sent a gift, but I need your birth information, like all of it. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. So what I want you to do is get it all together. In the meantime, Steffi, I'm going to grab your chart while Rachel's getting her information in, okay? That way we're not waiting. So Steffi, let's get you up here since I have you. And Steffi, we're going to go and look at another chart for you, okay? That's just what it is tonight. I guess I don't have you as another chart. Well, we're going to get that. Or you know what? You may not want that, Steffi. Let me ask you, first of all, is it okay if I look at a different chart for you? Or would you rather that I not do that? You know what I'm saying? Well, I know I'm a little spicy, but I'm a half hour past my quitting time. And so I'm kind of, you follow? I'm kind of like, let's make this happen. And I've also, if I don't encourage people to be on the ball, then it really slows the chat down. And it's not just about it slowing it down. It's that the slower the chat, the less people I can help. You follow? Yeah. And so when someone's, it just makes it more difficult for everybody else. So Steffi G, can I pull up this other any chart? Thank you. Let's do that. Well, it'll get more information, which I think is important. So let's do that for you. There we go. Okay. So what are we looking at? 2 degrees. 2. Ooh. Okay. Venus in Pisces at 28, Mercury 24 in Pisces, 12 degrees. Okay. Saggy on the rising. Okay. Chaos at 4 degrees in Aries. There's a grand fire trine with that. With Chaos, Chiron, Regulus, and the Galactic Center. And your ascendant. Interesting. 5 degrees moon in this chart, by the way, Steffi G. Uranus is sitting here right now. Interesting. Okay. And that's a sextile, of course, to the Chiron energy here. Okay. Chiron in Aries at 6, health, work, domestic energy, physical body, my appearance, but it's home energy. It's part of the home. Family, mom, impatient, possibly spicy. Yeah, leadership qualities can come through. You have a strong fire trine. Okay, so with that said, I didn't bother to ask, what did you want me to look at? Like, what was your question? Oh, I don't know the hours anymore. That's okay. Any chart is great. The 6th degree full moon, try my sun. So what did you want me to focus on? Or did you have a question for this? Let me go check the email if you sent me something attached to this. I don't see a question on there. Okay. All right, then let's. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at that, because look what this chart shows, right? Capricorn energy at 18 degrees, work, Capricorn, on the 2nd house cusp line, money and values and income. And your Pluto trines that. And you know what that means, amiga? I know you know what that means. Because that Pluto at 19 is an exact trine to the anti-vertex at 19. And at the opposition, oh my God, Isis. She's got a lot of energy similar to Pluto. She's Pluto's wife, actually. So change and transformation is going to be a constant. It's part of this giant mystic rectangle you have. But Saturn is there multiple ways. Saturn over here at work. Because normally when we look at Saturn, we think, oh, long term, this is wonderful. And it's very stabilizing energy. You get a job with this energy, you're going to keep that job for a long time. It's about long-term commitments. The thing is, you have guaranteed change with Isis and Pluto in exact trines and vertex, fated energy connected to it. And then Pallas Athena being the strategist, and the 8th house cusp line of change and transformation. So there's always going to be this revolving, evolving, transformational energy, regardless of where you work. You have probably a desire, because with the Pluto trining this desire for growth and evolving, and change is a necessary ingredient for that, right? Yeah. Now, the thing with the Capricorn is that means you'll be probably seeking out something that has some traditional sort of aspect to it, whether it's a large corporation, but something traditional, tried, true, and tested, something that's reliable, dependable. Because there's a lot of earth in this chart that supports that. But look, it's a grand freaking earth trine, 19. 6th house cusp line, 19 in Taurus. 2nd house cusp line, 18 degrees in Cappy with the vertex there. So very stabilizing, long-term commitment, just very, stability is big. And I'm seeing your Mars is at the peak of a mini trine here. Oh, good God, girl. This means, so it's more institutional energy. It's Mars at 12 degrees in Aquarius. So science and medicine, but something different, unique, and of course, astrology. You follow? AI can be a thing here. Space can be a thing here. Service, volunteer. It's all this Aquarius energy. I'm servicing the group in some way. Mars is a spiritual worker at 12 degrees, service and sacrifice in Aquarius, sitting in your 2nd house. What do you think about this chart? I'm going to save this. Wow. And a Pisces sun at 12 degrees. So this is group energy. This is social services, social systems. All right, let's put on your transits and let's see. Okay, you do have the sun and Jupiter going through the 8th house right now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me fix something real quick so I can be more specific here. Okay, Venus. Woohoo! Venus on your 9th house cusp line. Venus in work, but thinking about the future of that work. Yeah. You do have a north node in Libra at 0 degrees. And in this chart, your midheaven is 3 degrees in Libra. So new relationships, long-term goals in those relationships, professional partnerships, maybe contract work, balance, harmony, the law, lawyer energy, justice, that's all Libran energy. Diplomacy is Libran energy. Negotiations, the negotiator, Libran energy. How to compromise, Libran energy. Communicator, 3 degrees. Writing, contracts. So it's going to be a little bit of time before Venus gets there, but we're going to go to Venus hitting your Pluto, because that's your money and your income is Venus. And in this chart, where the hell is your natal Venus in this chart? Down there at 28 degrees. The public again comes up. 28 degrees in Pisces, hospitals, medicine, substances, could be creativity, movies, fantasy, prayer, meditation. Yeah, a lot of similarities. But it really kind of reinforces your other charts. So here you have this week, August. This is you really looking for a change. August 18th, August 19th, August 20th. Let me see what else is in this chart. Mars going through your 7th house. Ooh, this is Mars trining Mars. Holy shit. Okay, so you're having this all at the same time, amiga. You're having the Venus conjunct your Pluto. while you're having Mars in your 7th house of relationships, personal and professional, options, choices, decisions, communication, training your Mars in the 2nd house of income and money. So whether that means I'm going on interviews, right? Mars training Mars while Venus is conjunct Pluto. That's a big deal in this chart. Let me see what this Uranus, because we want, new breaking away, unless you've already done the breaking away. Like if you're currently unemployed and you've already severed the old bond, the old job. Jupiter is conjunct your Saturn here. Not that that's new. You have a retrograding Saturn in this chart. Oh, shit. It's a retrograding Saturn in Cancer. Okay. But Jupiter is conjunct it, and Jupiter is in Cancer. So that can be really beneficial, but it's your Venus that's your big deal in this chart. I want to see what this Uranus is doing for you. Oh, it's sextiling your Pisces energy. That's what it's doing. It's sextiling your energy, literally. This would be boss energy, or just you needing your independence and your freedom, because Uranus is in Taurus in this other chart. So it's a nice sextile to your sun. But this Uranus isn't at the opposition of this Uranus yet. It's not at the quincunx yet. So it's going to be a little bit of time before it gets there. And that's that I'm so irritated, I got to get the hell away energy. Yeah. So let me see what else this Venus is going to do, because she is your income and your moolah. I will say with this Venus here, again, August 17th, 18th, 19th, she is trining your vertex. Remember, I started talking about your vertex right at the go, and your 2nd house cusp line. You see that? So she's conjunct all this, trining this, while squaring karma. You see karma at 18, work, squaring Saggy energy, freedom. I need my goddamn freedom. Squaring Isis, squaring this Saturn. So whether I'm furloughed or laid off or whatever, because there can be like a slowdown or a freeze in funds or some shit sometimes with Saturn energy, because you have a retrograding, a strong Saturn. And so this Venus might get, maybe you already know about it, but this Venus might, August 15th, she starts aspecting this Saturn while she's making all these other aspects. And because your Venus is in the 3rd house of communication, 28 degrees, hopefully your Mercury, you see Mercury and Jupiter are together here, and that Mercury going to be conjunct your Saturn. Look at that. They're together, conjunct your Saturn. So hopefully you're already in the process of talking and gathering information and interviews. If you're not, you need to be doing that already, because you've got Mercury and Jupiter in your 7th house. But this chart looks like your Venus has had enough. She's making, when she touches Pluto, it can be deeply bonded energy, but she wants a change. And your chart, because of the things I first in this chart pointed out, there's going to be that desire for evolving and growth and change. And it is connected to the healing energy too, but options is Mercury, remember? And she's going to be conjunct this Jupiter, which is all conjunct your Saturn. You see, it squares your Hercules energy down here, right? And it squares your Uranus. You see that? It's a big T-square in this chart. There's a big T-square here. So you have siblings, co-workers, right? Authority figures, boss energy. Yeah. And Mars will have just been on your moon. So a chart like this where the earthy energy is so strongly aligned with work and income and midheaven energy and goals and Pluto an exact trine, it basically says if you want a new job, just go get it. I'm just telling you the truth. Like you're supported. The material support is insane. The material stability, that kind of financial support is really strong. Long-term financial security. It's really strong in this chart. And it's supported by Pluto. Now, I know that's tricky because it always wants change, but Pluto is like indestructible power. It's that soul energy that's coming through. So I'm just saying, if you already know you're not happy, don't wait, right? Get some irons in the fire, sister. You follow? Get multiple irons in the fire so you can utilize the Mercury and the Jupiter going through your 7th house in this chart. So communication lines of communication will be open. And with that said, if I jump ahead a little bit, you're then going to have Jupiter sitting around 17, 18, and you have Eris at 20 in Pisces in this chart, and Jupiter's going to start trining angry Eris. And then at the same time, it's going to be trining the 12th house cusp line. Institutional energy can be hospital energy, but Neptune comes up again, substances, and that's, yeah, the healing modality and the health of my emotions. Safety, right, can be a thing. Emotional security and safety is a big thing with Cancer energy, okay? And the Mercury then, by August 21st, after that, Mercury is going to be sitting, it's no longer going to be in the water energy. So that means that you have from like those last 2 weeks of August, where if you're seriously seeking to work somewhere else, you will have a trine to your Mercury and to your Venus during that time. And that would be the time to use your greater benefic Venus's power to seek other work if that's what you want. Okay? So there's your window. There is your window. It's up to you. Does that make sense for you? Holy shit. Steffi, does this make sense for you? I'm just reading your comment. I'm back over here in the chat. I may quit if they keep trying me. Last night, I had the whole floor, 24 patients for 14 hours, too much. Oh my God, that's way too much. You remember Saturn's work, right? Saturn is work. And I'm telling you right now about the Mercury and the Jupiter working your Saturn. And so is your Capricorn energy. That's all your Saturn energy too. And your Aquarius energy. This same Saturn, this retrograding Saturn, rules this Cappy and this Aquarius. Duty and responsibility. Heavy burdens. Yeah. And even Nefertiti's here. Holy shit. Okay. So you will have an opportunity if you want to leave. You have no breaks? Oh my God. Yeah, if you utilize the resources of networking and communicating, you're going to, like I said, you're going to have connections And so remember now, this kind of a chart that we're looking at, this is the material, tangible world. This is the physical realm. You follow? So, hell yeah, very good possibility that if you're making these right connections and you're utilizing the Mercury connecting to your sun or even to an authority figure of wherever else, right? Of another job at another institution, or maybe the authority figure at the institution you're currently at. Maybe. No guarantee in that, though. But when Mercury trines Mars, it's ready to break free. It's frustrated. It says enough is enough. Mars in Aquarius, that is, it's rogue energy, right? It says, oh, screw this. I'm going rogue. I'm out of here. But so utilize your Mercury trining your Venus. That's your great benefic. And it has the power of Jupiter connected to it. Okay? So you've got the last 2 weeks of August to make sure that you utilize this. You're working too hard. Girl, you've been working too hard for a long time. Okay? Yeah, we've been talking about your safety for a long time. Yeah. And that is crazy. And that gives me great concern. I mean, it just, I see some of the shit for my mom. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Some of the stuff I see, I'm just like, oh God, this is scary. You know what? Don't see it that way, Steffi. You worked so hard to get there. This isn't the last stop. You have established time there. You have established a pattern of showing up to work, doing the job. You have established, a trail of experience. It's not like, okay, I worked so hard to get here and now it's all over. No, it's a leap pad, right? It's not for nothing. It's never for nothing. Steffi, your chart, this is like your soul's work, to service and sacrifice, but it's learning about healthy boundaries. That's what you came here to do the work, but to also establish healthy boundaries for yourself. That's what you came to do. So don't ever for a second feel, you worked so hard is damn right. You worked too hard. Okay, Rachel. Did I already call Rachel's name, or Rachel isn't here? Because I just felt like, okay, Rachel sent a gift. Is Rachel still here? Hope breeds courage. Courage initiates action, can change your life. Love the particular hospital, not the unit, which is known for being worse than the hospital. That's a problem. That's a problem. And Steffi, in this chart, I thought I pointed it out to you, but chaos, literally at 4 degrees, chaos. At 4 degrees, you have a grand fire trine with chaos and Regulus and the galactic center. And it's in the 4th house. That's working with the public and family and mom and emotions. But your safety, your physical safety connected to your emotional safety connected to your physical safety because of the Aries in the 4th house, and connected to Chiron and the healing energy. So, it's just the learning of the healthy boundaries. Pisces has a struggle with that, okay? It's so ingrained that it has to sacrifice. It sees the needs. Rachel is here. Thank you, Tim. Is Rachel still here? Rachel. Going once, going twice. Is Rachel still here? Rachel? Wait a minute. I didn't get digits for Rachel, did I? Where the hell's Rachel's digits? Rachel, tell me you threw digits down somewhere. Because Rachel or somebody said, I'm going to send you an email. I thought that's what Rachel said, and there's no email with her digits. News girl's like, I'm waiting. Okay, so Rachel said I'm gone then, right? I'm guessing. Did Rachel leave digits? What's going on? 8-second house. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's Reedsville. Ah, okay. There you go, Rachel. All your digits together. Thank you. Are you still here, Rachel? Going once, going twice. She was here. She did post digits in the chat. I found them. I sent my info 3 times. News girl said I sent my info 3 times. Well, hopefully you did it in the chat because you definitely didn't send it to the email. All right, so we're moving on. Called your name once, twice. Sorry, Rachel. Sorry we didn't get to you sooner. But I know that I couldn't find all your digits together earlier, and that is a big problem. They got to be together. Yeah, and Rachel, yeah. Oh, I see. She did email them. I see Rachel's email. Okay. Rachel was like, screw this lady. Well, it wasn't intentional, Rachel. And Rachel, if you're listening, I will absolutely send your gift back to you. That is not a problem. If you sent a gift to the channel and I didn't get to read your chart, I will absolutely send you your gift back. Okay. Okay. Now I really don't know who the hell was after Steffi G. I know News Girl's here. I know Tim was here. Who was first? Was Tim first or was News Girl first? All right, Tim, are you here for a reading? I'm assuming. Is this a transit chart? No, that wasn't your transit chart. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't answer your question. That's Vedic. That's just a Vedic astrology chart. And I put it on the circular. Make sense? Yep. That's why I asked if I could use it. But if you want material, tangible answers to stuff like that, I've really been honed in on it for this year, and it's like, holy shit. Oh, Rachel did do it both ways. At 9:30, she was here. Okay, well, I'll make sure she gets her money back with an apology. Okay, so does anybody know who the hell's next? My brain is fried at this point. I have no idea who was next. Oh, Tim passed. Look at that. I just came in to show some love. Well, appreciate that. You are welcome. How do you leave a donation? You can go down below to the Cash App, to the Venmo, to the PayPal, and you can always just donate money to the channel. That's very kind of you. All right, News Girl, you're going next. Where's your digits? So that we can get you done. Oh, no, Tim, don't apologize. Don't apologize, Tim. You're always a help. Totally. No, it's all good. Let me get News Girl's info up here real quick since News Girl is a trooper. News Girl's like, I'm still here. And then News Girl, yeah, you're going to be the last one because I'm overdue. And yeah, this is, and we'll be back again this week, short of no crazy shit goes on, provided we have power, electricity, and internet. I usually go live once or twice during the week. Those are surprise live streams, Monday through Friday, usually before 5 p.m. Just keep that in mind. Monday through Friday, usually before 5 p.m. Put your channel alert thingamajigger on, that bell thing, because it tells you when I'm live. Make sense? News Girl, are you here? Yes, I did. September 1990 in Miami, Florida, 242. Okay, I found it. I don't see Cash App info. Yeah, it's right under the channel. It's right down there. Everyone's always like, I don't see this. They're all 3 of them are together. That's how I know they're there. They're all there together. Oh, no. Okay, so I didn't realize that, Steffi. We hadn't talked about that in a while. Okay. You know what? All that kind of energy, the dementia and all that crap, it's just, yeah. The North Node and Aquarius energy, yeah. Newsgirl said it's not. Oh, my Lord. Did Rachel Love come back? Rachel Love, I called your name multiple times. Holy shit. Rachel Love, I was even saying I'm going to send you your money back to you because I called you multiple times and you didn't show. And I understand I didn't get you. So I'm sorry about that. And now Newsgirl said something about it's not. Okay, so yeah. Okay, we got people all talking a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, Cash App is obviously down there because this will have been like the second or the third person that sent a Cash App tonight, and another person just sent a Cash App right now. I'm just saying, for people who are saying the Cash App is not down there. So, sometimes you might scroll too fast. Yeah. And Dylan, I got you. Yeah, I saw it, Dylan. Thank you so much. So, speed reading, Newsgirl, I don't see. Oh, so wait a minute. Let's just back up. I don't see the Cash App. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're taking time discussing Cash App. All right, it's really easy. Yeah. Rachel, you had already sent a gift. And yes, Rachel, you did. You're here and you did send a gift. And I did call your name. And so I even had your digits up here so I could create your chart, but then you left. All right. Well, I think what's going to happen at this point, it's 9:58. And this just got really confusing really fast. Multiple people at the same time trying to send me a Cash App and trying to give me digits. And then, I call names and I don't see that they're here. And so it's just kind of turned into a hot mess all of a sudden. And I would really not have, I don't want to have it that way. So instead of it seeming all crazy and confusing, don't send a gift. Please don't send a gift. Okay. Instead, come back to the channel and come back early, like as soon as the live stream comes up, so I can get your chart read on time. Okay. And have all your digits together on one line, all at the same time. And this gives you an opportunity to go find out what my Cash App is under the Allastrology channel name on YouTube. Okay. So you can get all that done and then do it, because doing it while we're live and I'm an hour past when I usually quit. We're going to save the rest for next time. Okay. It's late and I went an hour over, and my brain is like, it's time to be done, because I'm not making this any better for any of you. Honestly, as confusing as this is now. And someone, so for Dylan, I'm going to send you your money back. Okay. Do me a favor and just make sure you have the alert on so you can come back next time I'm live. Remember, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If evening works better for any of you during a weekday, like if you know, like, hey, I'm a working person during those times, I'm in Central time zone. I should say that. Let me know. You can send me an email and let me know. You can watch any of my videos and comment to me. Be like, gee, This is what works best for me. You can go under the community post and let me know. Maybe I'll even ask a question. Those freaking community posts, nobody sees that shit, so I never even mess with it unless there's like an emergency. But even then, people don't see it. And YouTube doesn't push them out. They don't recommend them. So I don't know what the best way to communicate is. So that's why I use the live streams. It just seems the best way to I'm right here, you're here. So just let me know whether, if you know you're coming back, just let me know what works better for your timeline in terms of if you work regular hours, whatever those are, and what would be a better fit. Because if I see enough names that are like, hey, this would be a better time, a window for me, then I will do that for sure. I do prefer earlier because I get up early and I just function better. The earlier, the better for me personally. So yeah, you can absolutely email earlier. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's what we're going to do. All right. We're an hour past the time. And so we're going to end it here. Again, if I didn't get to you, Rachel, come on back. I'm going to take your digits and make sure that your chart's here so that the next time you come, your chart is already drawn up. Okay. That helps to expedite things. And that's for anybody who's here in the chat. Send your stuff to the email. If you have your digits in the chat here, email them to me. That way I can recreate your digits. Well, if you go on the main channel page, Steffi, it's kind of confusing, right? There's a surprise live during the week. If I know I'm not going to be going live on a Saturday, then I'll do another live stream during the week to accommodate that. So at least 2 live streams during the week for this week, okay? Because Saturday's the astrology class. That is private, but anybody can get in on it. If you send me an email, I can tell you what you got to do, how we go about that, scheduling that. All right. But the live stream, we'll have 2 of them this week, provided there's no emergencies. Okay. And then the following Saturday, we'll be back here again doing the same thing. All right. Thank you, Lou. First and third Saturdays are live streams at 7 p.m. Central Time. That's right. Then we do the pop-up lives on the weekdays. Okay. I know it's confusing. I'm trying to accommodate different schedules for different people as much as I can. And honestly, if I had it my way, I'd do a live every single day. And that's kind of my goal, that eventually I'll be able to do that. All right. There's other things I have to work around and work with. So until I can do that, this is the method. And it can change at any time, honestly, but this is how we're doing this. Again, News Girl, if you sent a Cash App, then I'm going to send it back to you so that I don't want anybody to feel that they sent me money and I didn't do the work. I'm definitely, I'm not desperate. I appreciate every gift, but I absolutely, I understand people work very hard for their money. And I have definitely put in my decades of literally serving the public and working very hard for my money. And I totally understand what that is about and how that is. So, yeah. All right. So with that said, we're going to end and keep, just email your birth digits so I can create a chart that's already in the system the next time you come to the live stream. That will save so much time and make this so much more smoother. All right. And that's for anybody who didn't get their chart read tonight. And again, for everybody who sent a gift to the channel, thank you so much. This is done this way because astrology readings are a minimum 90 minutes for $300. A minimum for a private one-on-one. You follow? So when you come here, this gives you a sample. It gives you a taste. Accuracy is my goal. But it's also to kind of help you to, to give you exposure to your own divine knowledge about who you are and yourself. Know thyself, and everything else will fall into place. That is like the oldest ancient teaching that exists. You follow? And that's astrology. It's a sacred language. So that's part of the passion for me as well. That's what helps me to just keep doing this, because I'm very, very, very passionate about that. So with all of that said, just keep the hope alive that you'll get your reading, and just have some patience. Okay. All right. I'm done babbling. I'm leaving. Have a good night, everybody. And I will be going to my phone. And for people who sent gifts who didn't get a reading, I'm going to send your stuff back to you. And if you just email me, and we'll work it out for the future. All right. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Take care and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.